Welcome everyone to our 1 year anniversary special. Very exciting episode. It's our 40th session. It's our 1 year anniversary session. And everyone is thrilled to be here. We are so grateful to those of you who've been with us since the beginning. We're so grateful for the support. We started this for fun, but at the same time, people like our viewers certainly make it worth it. And in honor of our 1 year special, we do continue to raise money for Extra Life, a wonderful charity that supports critical and life saving care for children's hospitals around North America. But if you choose to make contributions today through Wednesday, you will have the opportunity to provide boons to our crew here. I'll run through those quickly, but you can check out our Instagram story at Nat20Hot on Instagram for a full rundown. But $5 gets everyone in the group a wild magic roll. $10 gets the contributor, whoever you denote it to, a potion pack. So it'll include a potion of healing and a potion of heroism. For $25, you guarantee the recipient a scroll of knowledge, which gives them a one-time use of a spell or skill they wouldn't normally have access to, within reason. $50 gets you a additional spell slot. $75 gets a companion's call. You can phone a friend. That can be an NPC or a creature of some kind to aid you in
Or a
combat.
real life person.
Or a real life person. And then $100 is a mystery.
You're listening, please.
Yes. And $100 is a mystery, but we do hope that you contribute. Every dollar goes towards a very good cause. Now, with all of that said, happy birthday to us, and let's get into it. Last time out, our companions left the sanctity of the city of Silverhaven behind, venturing out into the wild. Their destination slightly ambiguous, but heading north towards the potential Autumn Court's Old Hallow or the foothills of the Shimmer Peak Mountains and a date with Lady Ophelia. En route, however, they encountered the intriguing nature of the Feywild, Harrigans, which are little bunny people, flying motes of light, and a roaring river that was quickly navigated by Randy. On the other side, they found a peculiar coin bearing the crest of a large willow tree, and flipping the coin between the group, they ultimately summoned the Wandering Willow Tavern, a mystical bar and inn built into the trunk of a massive tree. Once inside, the group cornered the one called Malin, a loony character they had been told about, who had much to say about Falriel, and much to say indeed, though many of it were mainly riddles and proverbs that left them with more questions than answers. But what they did walk away with was a thorough description of the little creature, a Corrid. And armed with this new insight, the party retired to their beds for the night, but not before making an attempt to send a message to Thariel. And while they were hastily rebuffed, he did respond, which afforded the gang clarity and redemption that Randy was saying the right thing all along. And unfortunately, all were well rested except for Branwen, who was visited in the night by Lady Ophelia in her dreams, and given a bargain to not aid Willow in exchange for a clean slate in the Feywild. The party moved on, in light of this, toward the Whisperwood Swamp and the town of Misthold, where she has been rumored to make her lair. They stumbled upon a trio of shacks just off the main road, serving as the final resting place of a deceased family, clearly haunted by the nightmares of the Nightweaver herself. And before burning the shacks to the ground, nope, that's how we ended last session. So where we find ourselves is before these burning shacks, the light of morning still kind of trickling down, casting a haze across this mist that rises off the murky waters of the swamp. And there's mangled roots of cottonwood trees weaving in and out of the muddied ground as you kind of slosh back towards the main road. And the air heavy with the scent of damp earth and rich, decaying foliage.
Are the cottonwood trees blooming?
They are.
Oh, our allergies are messed up.
Yes, bad day for allergies.
There's a layer on top of all the algae that's just all the wet cottonwood bits.
Well, none of us are from the Feywild, so we probably don't have allergies. You might, though.
Yeah.
Well, you could actually
Brennan
the
has
opposite, that
cottonwood
you've never been
allergies.
exposed to these things, and so your allergies are pretty bad.
Yep, there we
Not
go.
how allergies work.
Yeah, no, I think it's the other way around.
Screw you
But
guys.
anyway, He's the dungeon master. He can decide.
Cena
Yeah,
will
Who has allergies,
Allergies
Chris? Who has
never different in
allergies?
my world.
Cena will chime in from the back as you kind of make your way through the swamp. So, um, that was what'd you say Lady Ophelia's doing? She was the
Right.
one that you ran into at Butcher's Pass, right?
Yes, that's my suspicion. Yes, we
Yeah,
did
that's
run
when
into her
you.
at Butcher's Pass. I suspect this was her doing.
Mm. And
I'm
this
excited to
is
meet her.
that's right, you weren't there.
Well, don't
Kind of
get
a
too
bitch.
excited because when you meet her, she's not going to be alive much longer.
Yeah, Willem gives Doug a high five. Found it.
Well, how do
Okay.
you plan to deal with her?
Well,
Violence.
Violence.
I
Yeah.
give Branwyn a
Yeah.
yeah. The plan is violence, and also, we have to find the sort of anchor point for her life essence, and then do a magic ritual to dispel that and promptly destroy it.
I guess that's perfect too.
Do you have any sense of what that might be? Or are we walking into a death trap?
Oh, we're probably walking into a death trap. Yeah, I'm scared shitless. But
As long as
on
you're honest.
on the material plane, and Chris, I don't know if this has any parallels, but on the material plane, I surmise her anchor point was Lord Waltham, because he was sort of stuck on the ceiling and had some gems coming out of him, and his life essence was being drained.
Hmm. That's
Chris, does my reading of hag books indicate that there may be parallels between their anchor points on the mortal and Feywild planes? Or material plane, rather?
um no, but as you're talking about this, Branwyn, make a history check.
Oh boy, oh boy. Oh, that's a 7.
You don't really have much to add to this conversation. But that's your current hypothesis, Willem.
And Branwyn was no help at all.
I'm sleepy.
That's understandable. So yeah, that's my current hypothesis.
Hmm. Well,
Do you have anything to add?
no, I'm more just so asking because, well, of the risks involved.
Yeah, no, understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, ooh, since we're going to die, maybe, wouldn't you be filled with regret if nobody knew about the drawing that Malin gave you?
Um, she unfortunately gives a very begrudging smirk where she's just like, I think I'll be just fine, thank you.
Oh, well, I won't, but I suppose that doesn't matter all that much.
It doesn't.
Willem kicks dirt.
Branwyn, do you want me to like carry you for a while so you can take a little nap? You only need to sleep for 4 hours, right?
A long rest in Dunk's arm.
You cannot.
Oh
It's
man.
only 4 hours, Chris.
She doesn't even
I mean,
really
you can.
need to be asleep. She just needs to trance.
That's true. Can I just? I'll take a piggyback ride though.
Yeah.
I really hate swamps and
All
wet
right, here's
boots and
what we
stuff.
do. We make a backpack chair combination, and Branwyn sits on the back of it while Dunk carries her around.
That's just a baby carrier. That's a papoose
That's a Bjorn.
Yeah.
or a papoose.
Isn't that a place in New Mexico?
I think it's also a little baby carrying thing.
I was papoosed as a child, but it's because
Pamplemousse.
I had my
Oh.
scalp
Papoose
cracked
is
open
also
and
the
they
name of
needed
an
to
American
stop me
rapper.
from writhing around while they stapled it back together. Fun fact.
A lot of insight
Yeah,
shared there.
I'm just gonna get a piggyback ride from Dunk just for
Okay.
fun.
Nice.
You all continue to make your way through the swamp, and you're able to make your way back to the main road that you kind of came in on, and just follow it for some ways. And
I would
as
also like to be actively looking for hag sign.
Make a
Thanks.
perception check. Active perception check.
Oh shit. Dirty 20.
Oh baby.
That's a 19 plus 1.
You do not find any hag signs as you're, walking through along the path. However, after some time, and you're kind of leading the party, given the perception that you've had, you're able to kind of see ahead of you a bit, and through the mist, you do make out like a figure in the mist, walking some way ahead of you.
Towards us or away from us?
It doesn't appear as though they're getting closer.
Oh. I point out the figure in the mist and go, that's spooky.
Look at that.
Should we just like stare at him for a while and see if he notices us?
As you all are walking, you get the sense that you're kind of keeping pace. Like he's walking ahead of you, you're walking. The distance remains the same.
Is the figure like moving, like bobbing up and down?
Yes,
Or is it just kind of okay?
they look
If
as though they
we-
are moving.
If we
How
stop,
big are their footprints?
does the figure stop?
You stop, and the figure continues to press forward.
Okay.
And Bramwin, you can take an investigation check to evaluate their
I'm gonna
footprints.
do it with disadvantage because I'm on Dunk's back.
Yes.
And it's funny that way. Investigation, that's a 6. I'm being jostled too much.
Yeah, they look like, you can see the footprints, you can clearly follow their trail, but you're unable to discern, like, the race or whatever they might be.
And this is like a humanoid.
It does
Right, it's
appear
not
to
like
be
a-
humanoid, yes.
I say, crew, slow down for a second. I'm gonna do something stupid.
Oh god.
I want y'all, if you're okay with it, to hide on the side of the road, and I'm gonna be bait. And I'm gonna go, hello there, and call them over.
I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah. Is there a little space small enough for a small creature that I can?
You are in a swamp, so if Branwyn, Randy, and Dunk, you're attempting to make stealth checks, you can certainly do so. And
Yeah.
Dunk, you can do so at advantage.
I'll hop off.
I think I already actually.
Ew. 17.
8.
And it's cocked. Nat 20.
Beautiful. Okay.
Let's go.
So, Willem, you... one second. Willem, you kind of call out to the stranger ahead of you, and you do note that they kind of pause and shout back, like, "Oh! Oh, goodness me!" And then comes, you can hear, like, the heavy, like, sloshing of footfalls against the muddy embankment as they approach you. And as they approach you, you see this kind of very thin face, like, narrow with rigid jawline, and their skin a kind of shade of purple, with very pointed ears and their hair pulled back into a neat bun. And they go, "It's not very often that I see strangers on the road to Misthold. You caught me by a bit of a start. What brings you out here, son?"
Oh, just, taking a nice swamp walk.
Not many folks be taking swamp walks these days. If you're headed to Misthold, I was just headed that way myself. I know a bit of a shortcut.
Uh, maybe. Who are you?
Oh, apologies. My name is Alabaster.
Why is that name familiar to Nolan?
I just made it up. So,
Okay. I thought Branwyn might have ran into somebody named Alabaster. What is Alabaster, to the best of my discernment?
you have never seen a creature like this before in your life, but the physical features resemble that of an elf.
Okay.
Can I see this person?
You can from your hiding spot, yes.
What kind of creature slash person, whatever?
Yeah, you would know. They're a drow.
Okay.
And the alabaster will turn to you, Willem, and just go, and perhaps your friend, or do you know the gentleman behind the tree? And he kind of gestures over to Randy, who's just like trying to hide behind a thin cottonwood tree, but his shoulders are just extending too far out.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. You can all come out now.
I understand you might be suspicious. Like I
Yes.
said, it's not every day that we encounter people on the road to Misthold.
What are you traveling to Misthold for, if you don't mind sharing?
Ah, I have family there.
Oh, classic.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
So bad, so bad. That's a 7.
Yeah, to your impression that he is telling the truth.
I would like to insight check him.
Okay.
I will as well, but I'm still gonna stay in my hiding spot.
Hey, guess what?
What?
13.
Okay. Dunk.
4.
Okay.
4.
All of you just see a steady lip and a trim vibrato. He is visiting family in Misthold.
Okay. Yeah. We're yeah, it's very unusual that you're traveling alone. How do you keep yourself safe?
I can handle myself in a fight if that's what you're asking. And he kind of like pulls back his cloak and shows two daggers kind of slotted into sheaths. I mean, you're welcome to. It seems like you know where you're going, so you're more than welcome to continue on the road alone.
Um, I don't know. I'll default to my companions and, we'll do a little bit of democracy and see how we want to handle this.
I know this is your rodeo, Willem.
We should ask him if he's seen any hags.
I can hear you perfectly fine. I am aware of a hag that haunts these lands, but if you keep your wits about you, it's very likely that they will pay you no mind.
Willem will sort of turn on his heel and go, "Okay, full disclosure, yeah, we're here to kill the cat. We're here to kill the hag."
For goodness, the people of Misthold will certainly be in their debt to you then. From what I understand, she's been a bit of a leech upon the town for some time now.
Yeah, we found a real sad side in the swamp a while back. She's certainly been a leech on my life and not too helpful for the people here, evidently.
Hmm. Well, there are many people that call these swamps home, but out in the wild, they tend to be easily forgotten.
Very sad.
Well, I'm happy to lead you the rest of the way if you'd like.
We're not going to Misthold, are we?
Not right now.
Um, sure. I mean, we can travel through the rest of the swamp together. To be totally honest, we're not super sure what we're looking for.
If there's something you're looking for in particular, perhaps I can help you.
We're looking for the hag.
Yeah, Lady Ophelia's lair.
Well, I'm afraid I can't help you there. Um, as I said, I have family in the area. They might be able to help you, but I am just passing through this swamp myself.
You know what? We're operating from a place of very little information right now, so that might be a good idea.
True enough. Uh,
Yeah.
by all
We
means.
would be delighted to travel along with you. Thank you, Alabaster.
Uh,
I'm Willem, and these are my companions who can introduce themselves.
he does a bit of a neat bow to you all. Yes, yes. I understand why you feel the need to hide, but hopefully we can proceed now without issue.
At this point, I'll step out my hiding spot and just kind of like, I'm done.
Dunk. Yes. Brandwin, you said?
No.
Oh, sorry, I thought I heard you say that.
No, this is Grandmeyer.
Grandmeyer?
Yeah, I'm Randy.
Randy. Pleasure. Well, shall we? And he kind of gestures down the roadways.
Wait, was that a Chris moment or I didn't say my name.
He holds his
Oh,
hand out down the path.
I will walk alongside Alabaster, but I'm sus.
I
Um,
get back on Drunk's back.
Yeah.
I'm also sus.
you
You don't just
walk
find a man in a swamp.
you walk along the path for some time. It's about an hour. And Alabaster remains relatively quiet throughout the walk. Occasionally he'll turn to you, Willem, and just, kind of ask your, how you found the day. If you've been to a particular tavern in Silverhaven, but for the most part, he stays pretty quiet.
Was he
Uh,
traveling from Silverhaven?
no, I'm just. I mean, I've been there a few times, and I know it's further down the road away. So, always been a pleasure to stop by.
Where were you traveling from?
I come from Old Hallow.
Oh, never been there either. Sort of new to this place, if you couldn't tell.
I couldn't. But you put up a good ruse then. You seem like a local.
Oh, thank you kindly.
Yes.
Um,
So Misthold is a few hours down the road, but there's a shortcut through these woods. The path diverges up here just a bit, and he will lead you down the left path, as opposed to
Do I
right.
recognize this guy at all?
You do not.
Branwyn, do you know
Okay.
anybody in Old Hallow?
Do I know anyone in Old Hallow?
The Earl King.
You know of the Earl King.
Yes, besides.
I don't
Well,
think
I
you know
don't know
anybody
him.
particular.
Also, it's a giant city, so it can't be like I asked around Old
Yeah,
Hallow.
it's like
and they-
15,000 people.
Um, how's this shortcut looking?
What are you hoping to discern about the shortcut?
I'm hoping to see if it's like, okay, is this a jaunt through the woods, or is this like an obviously trapped place with like a spooky castle with lightning striking in the background and chittering bats?
You can make a survival check if you'd like.
Spooky
Okay.
tunnel.
Survival will be in 11.
You're not really able to discern too much about it, but it looks very similar to the rest of the swamp, but perhaps like denser. The thicket and the underbrush is a bit more concentrated here. You can tell that this is a less well trodden path than the one you're deviating from. Um, but beyond that, you can't really discern anything beyond it.
Okay. Uh, Alabaster, I'm gonna like I've enjoyed our time together so far, but I'm gonna be upfront with you. How do I know we can trust you?
Oh, well, you don't. I'm just a traveler upon the road, but I would hope in today's day and age that we could find some common ground.
Well, I have my suspicions given that we're looking for a hag and hags are known to be manipulative creatures. Um, so I'm feeling a little uneasy to be completely honest and was hoping you might be able to give me some reassurance to put that at ease.
Well, I understand your concern. Is there something in particular that I can offer you?
Um,
$17.
stay still for 1 second. Chris, are all elves fey creatures?
They have Fey ancestry.
Okay. But if I were to, say, use magic that lets me detect the presence of a fey, would an elf necessarily come up?
No.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me just confirm.
I will turn to the rest of the party and just be like, can anybody see if he's like
No.
being charmed or is an illusion or anything like that. And I will, as an action, know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of me that is not behind total cover.
You know,
Positive control.
positive control.
I'm the positive control.
So
Oh,
you say
yes.
the spell's working. Yeah.
Yes, you do know that the spell is working because you detect Branwen, but you detect no other Fey, Celestial, Undead,
Okay.
etc.
I'm gonna use magic awareness. Detect to know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet.
Outside of the ones that you're familiar with in the possession of your own party, you sense no other magic item.
Okay. Sorry about that, Alabaster. I understand that was probably very uncomfortable, but you passed the vibe check.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. And like I said, Misthold is 4 hours down that road. You don't have to go with me, but I do promise it'll be quicker.
We all up for this secret tunnel, gang? This secret shortcut?
Yeah.
I mean, might as well.
Let's go.
Okay. He kind of gestures down the pathway to the left, and you start making your way down it. It is slow going at first. Like you find yourselves like hoisting yourselves up over fallen cottonwood trees and thick branches, and then like kind of almost shin deep in wading through swampy, murky waters. But inevitably, you do come upon a well trodden path. Inevitably, and he goes, "See, it wasn't so bad. This should get us there in just a few hours now." Um,
What's your profession, Alabaster?
I'm a hunter by trade, I suppose.
Alabaster, I've been trying to get more into cooking lately. I'm pretty good at making scramble, but I'm kind of looking for some more like ingredients that are maybe more local. I haven't really been able to get out there and really buy anything um that I could make like a full meal out of for me and my guys here. Do you have any recommendations? Are you a cook yourself? What kind of spices do you use?
Uh, no, I'm not a cook myself. I tend to find myself in whatever tavern is available at a given time. The reality of the situation is many things in the Feywild are edible and good for eating, but perhaps you should be careful about what you pluck from the ground. There are shops in Misthold that could help you find the resources you're looking for.
Is like could I just like eat this dirt?
Uh, no, I wouldn't advise that.
Dirt's still dirt here.
Yes. What do you mean by
Got it.
here?
Oh, we're from the material plane.
Noted. Then you are, in fact, just the people I'm looking for.
Oh shit.
Um, and he will kind of turn around and face you all, and he goes, I saw the horns and thought as much, but the Lady Ophelia can be so difficult in the description she provides of her targets.
Oh
Um,
shit, we're trying to kill her.
yes, you're more than welcome to come peacefully, uh, or we could turn this into a fight.
No, this is
I look at
perfect, right?
Alabaster, we trusted you.
Or you
Yes,
can tell us where she is, and you can fuck off.
I'm afraid I won't be doing that. But
You think
it,
you can handle 5 of us?
I do, as you all roll initiative.
Well,
Oh, whoa.
Oh, that was a baller. Oh shit, Nat 20.
Not my bad, guys.
I got a baller 6.
I have
Okay,
to
so
say,
Like,
I think I can. I think I knew when asked if you can handle all 5 of us. Baller line. Let's go.
that was pretty good.
I also got a baller 6.
Okay, so we got what's your dexterity, Dunk? No,
My
Um,
dexterity, Willem.
my dexterity is a baller 8.
Randy,
Oh,
12. Okay, so then you'll be first. Dunk, what did you roll?
I got a total of 24.
That's a nat 20 with a 23 after my bonus.
Okay. Just a minute here.
At least some people are going fast.
Oh wow.
Sworn I had a thing that gave me advantage.
Nice mugs.
We're having mug time.
Not 525. Okay. So they will Alabaster. Oh, actually, if you all go to the owl bear,
Oh!
pinned in our chat, you will be able to find what we are looking for.
Copy link.
It's been a hot minute.
It has been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute. It's been fucking since
Gwen.
Conway's Ferry.
Oh,
It's
you
been
didn't tell
Conway's
us
Ferry
you looked
since
like a
Owlbear.
bad guy.
What?
You didn't tell us that Alabaster looked like a bad guy.
You didn't tell us that there were two ghasts hanging around.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
Hey, where's
as
Cena? Where's Cena? Get Cena
Sorry.
in here.
All right, hold on. I didn't roll initiative for her. I need to add a
Do you have a
fifth
character
person
sheet
to the
for
party.
Cena? Do
What?
you have a character sheet for Cena?
I do.
She's just a baby now that she doesn't have warlock powers, though.
I'm behind Dunk because I was on his back.
Yeah, you all can arrange yourselves as you see fit. Let me go ahead and get Cena in here. Cool.
Yeah.
You guys are like all dancing around.
Wait, Dunk, stop moving. I was on your back. Stop it!
For Cena. Oh wow, she rolled really poorly. Okay. So as Willem, you confront Alabaster, and he says, "Yes, I really do think I can." He will kind of look over his shoulder as these two ghasts pull into the clearing that you find yourselves in. He goes, "You were right to question the shortcut, but wrong to follow." And he will be the first to strike.
Did he get better than a 24?
He did.
You turd, man.
He rolled a nat 20.
So did I.
Well,
So did Dunk.
so have better initiative. And he will pull his short swords from his sheaths and strike at you, Willem. But he rolls a 14 to hit on the first one, which I know doesn't hit. But he rolls a nat 20 on the second one.
No, he doesn't, buddy.
Yes.
Silver barbs.
Silvery barbs.
Everybody's favorite ability.
Everybody's favorite ability because he rolled a 2.
I
So
just whistle really loud and it throws him off guard.
he pulls his blades out at the same time and swings at you in both directions, basically attempting to like kind of like cross your chest. And the whistle, like he looks over his shoulder at the wrong moment and ends up whiffing in both circumstances. And let me just read something here. Okay. All right, that is their turn, and it is now Branwen's turn.
I am going to cast Hold Person on him.
Okay, that's a Wisdom saving throw. Yes.
Correct.
What's the DC? He rolled a nat 20.
Does someone else have silvery barbs?
That's a bard thing, I'm
That's
pretty
a you
sure.
thing.
Yeah, it don't work. What's the DC? He rolled a nat 20. You
Sorry,
beans.
I rolled it and then he rolled a 20. So
So this man's rolled 3 nat 20s.
Does he by
yes,
chance have a -8 to or to wisdom?
he does not. This is 21.
Damn it.
No, charisma or wisdom?
Wisdom. I started
Yeah,
saying charisma.
21.
I don't know why. Okay, I'm gonna hop off Dunk's back. And I'm gonna spread out a bit.
Okay.
There we go.
Are you doing anything else with your turn?
I cannot.
All right. With that, it is now Dunk's turn.
All right. sorry about that. So yeah, I'm going to yeah, I'm gonna just run. Let's see. I'm close enough to this guy, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna run. I know I'm gonna be incurring attack of opportunity probably, but I'm gonna run up and attack.
They will not attack you as you pass.
Okay. Nice. Well then I'm gonna swing recklessly.
Okay.
That is a nat 20. This
There it
dice is
is. That does
killing it.
hit.
How ghastly.
Oh god. Okay, so Jesus. So that's 12
Okay.
plus 5 plus 5, so 10, so 22 plus Jesus. 6, so 28.
So
Um
28 total damage.
yes.
We love
Okay.
this for him.
Yeah,
That's a
that was
lot of math.
great. That might be a
Yes.
PR.
All right, and then I'll swing again.
All right.
7 plus 8, 15. Is that it?
That does hit.
Nice. Oh my god. 17, 26.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
Oh, so that first one, I didn't add the crit like bonus to that.
Oh, you didn't double your damage?
Holy.
No. So yeah, that was so we decided we add another like
A full damage check.
Yeah.
The base damage of your attack, the full base
so
damage.
add another 12 to
Okay.
that.
Got
Look
it.
at him go. Oh my
If
god.
gas or whatever these are could bleed, they would be bleeding quite a bit. And you kind of take your axe and you swing once and swing twice, and it cuts through this kind of mystical dark energy that forms this creature before you, and it lets out a just guttural roar. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
No.
Okay,
That will be all.
it is that creature's turn. Um, and they are going to. All right. I will have Dunk, Willem, and Randy make wisdom saving throws.
Everybody add +4 to your saving throw if you're within
Wait.
10 feet of me.
Wait,
I don't
who's
think I am.
who's wisdom
So-
saving throwing?
Everybody
Dunk,
but you.
yeah, everybody but you, and only
Okay.
Randy can add the +4.
Sorry, it's a +2, not a +4.
I was gonna
My
say
bad.
that's high.
Yeah. Oh, I don't need it.
Okay.
This is a dirty 20.
Okay,
I got a 16.
both of you got 16s.
I got a 15.
Okay. Well, either way, you take 7 psychic damage. But you hear this kind of rush of sounds in your ear, almost like projecting from a realm beyond your own. But you feel as though they're trying to tell you something, but you are able to resist the urge that they plant in your life or in your mind. And now it is going to stay where it is.
Ooh.
And it is now the other creature's turn. And they are going to. Let me do some measurements here. Okay, everybody except Branwen, including Alabaster, must make another wisdom saving throws.
All right. If you're within 10 feet of me, add 2.
25. No.
Oh no.
Natty
Willem
one.
Willem rolled a 1.
Natty
10.
1.
10. Okay, Willem and Dunk, you take 10 psychic damage. Sorry, 13 psychic damage, and you are stunned until the end of your next turn. Randy, you receive no effects as the creature lets out a just babble of sound, and it roars. Oh wait, I forgot to roll for Cena. She too fails, and is also stunned until the next end of her next turn. And for those who need a reminder, the stunned condition. Can't move, can only speak falteringly, automatically fails strength and dexterity checks. And attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Do we get no actions? Did you say that? Or do we get
You are
actions?
incapacitated, which means that you can't take actions or reactions.
What about
And with
bonus action?
it doesn't say anything about bonus actions, but I feel like actions is inclusive of bonus actions.
Did Alabaster also fail?
He did not fail.
Okay.
But it is now Randy's turn.
Ah, jeez. Uh, all right. I am going to cast Duncan Willem. How you feeling? How you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10?
On a scale of 1 to 10, hold on, let me do some math. I would be at approximately a 6.3.
Okay.
I'm pretty good.
All right. Then I will cast Bane, which is the 3 creatures of my that I can see within range, which they all are. I think.
Yes.
I hope. Yeah. Yeah. They all got to make charisma saving throws.
Okay.
Uh, DC 15, and if they fail, then they have to subtract a D4 from any of their attack rolls or saving throws
They all failed.
for a long time, up to 1 minute.
All right. They all failed. So let me go ahead and
Hey,
mark
that's pretty
these.
good for a first level spell.
Yeah. So they are baned, you said?
They are. They are baned.
Adding
This is
these
tough because
fun
we're
little
fighting this,
tokens.
also knowing we might have to fight a hag very soon.
I'm going
So
to put
I'm
hexed on these folks. I know they're not hexed, but there is no baned.
Okay.
I'm banking on the fact that we're gonna take a long rest because I already don't have any 3rd level spell slots.
Well, if that's how it's gonna go, then I will also, as a bonus action, cast uh, what was it? Shield of Faith on Willem, so you get +2 AC.
Right
Okay,
on.
my AC's now 22.
Holy shit!
He's a
Wow.
geeky lad.
So remind me, -4, -4 from attack rolls and saving throws?
It's minus a 1d4.
1d4. Okay. From attack rolls and saving throws.
Yes.
Okay.
The opposite of bless.
Mhm.
Okay. With that, it is now. Or sorry, are you doing anything else with your turn, Randy?
That's gonna be it.
Okay. It is
Thanks,
now
Randy.
Cena's turn, and she is just like gripping her ears and unable to move anywhere or take any action. But inevitably, the effects of the howling sustain or go away, and she's
I
no abate, and
abate
she,
is a good word.
abate is a good one, and she is able to do things, but not in this turn, and it is now Willem's turn. Um,
I couldn't
technically,
do anything, right?
yeah, you're stunned.
His head hoardy.
Ugh, little head.
And, oh, I deleted you entirely.
No!
He's still
Are.
alive. He's still
He's
alive.
dead! No, Willem died.
Um, let me go back and pull you in there. So yes, your turn is over, but you are no longer stunned, and inevitably the howling in your ear ceases.
Ah, woo.
Which brings us up to the top of the order, which is now Alabaster. And he will attempt to strike at you again, Willem. And he will do so twice. And he misses both times due to the effects
Yay!
of Bane and your absurd armor
Will he have
class.
advantage on hitting me?
He doesn't because you're no longer stunned at the end of the round.
Ah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So he again like slashes out and like clangs against your armor, and he parries one more time, and you're able to thrust out of the way, and you just kind of like shimmy at him as he looks at you very frustratedly. And it is now Branwen's turn.
Okay. Um.
The draft
Oh
horse.
no.
I like that your
4.
name is Draft Horse. Yeah.
What? I'm draft horse?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It's draft horse for some reason.
I'm gonna face step over to this motherfucker over here.
Okay.
And when I do so, I'm going to reappear in a burst of flames. And
Nice.
he will take 4 fire damage.
Okay. You erupt onto the scene in a ball of fiery light, and the creature recoils.
Get she out of here. Come on.
Are you doing anything else with your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna attack him twice.
By all means.
So the first one is going to be a super spicy 26.
That'll hit.
And then the second one is going to be a natural 1.
Unfortunately, that does
Um,
not hit.
I figure. Okay. So then I'm going to do real good. That is a total of 12 damage.
Okay.
I stab him.
All right. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
Nope.
All right. It is now Dunk's turn. You two are incapacitated, but by the end of your turn, the howling and the screaming in your ears abates, and you are able to kind of return to combat, but you are unable to do anything with your turn this turn. This creature directly in front of you, though, is going to attempt to work its way over to its creature friend Branwen, which will incur an attack of opportunity if you would like to strike.
I would. That is a 21
That hits.
for 16 damage.
How would you like to do
Ooh.
this?
Hey.
Uh, I guess like
Helps
as
when you
it's
deal
running
like
away.
60 damage in the first round.
Yeah. I guess like as it's running away, I'll like loop my axe kind of like around him, you know,
Ooh,
and just sort
yeah.
of like pull him back and like to the ground and.
That's a very good idea. You kind of
Hell
like
yeah.
stick your axe out and wrap it around. You wrap around, you hurtle him into the earth, and his energy kind of like shoots off in every direction as the creature like erupts, and like this almost like crystalline core shatters as your axe embeds itself into it, and the first creature descends and evaporates. And it is now the second creature's turn. and they are going to look at you, Branwen. And I will have you. Actually, he's just going to reach out and try to attempt to clutch your face.
Oh
And
God.
are you hit by a
Not even
17?
tenderly.
No, not tenderly at
Yeah.
all. Okay, so he like reaches out and like grabs your face, like it's just like your face is here, and just puts his hand on
He's
top
just
of it.
palming my face.
Exactly,
That's
and
horrible.
and that will be 24 psychic damage.
Jesus H. Macy.
Um,
All right.
and you just like your eyes kind of go white, and you're seeing these flashes of terrible things before your eyes, as it just sends maddening images into your mind.
That's horrible. Thanks.
And with that, you're welcome. It is now Randy's turn.
Okay.
Okay.
I will. I'm gonna pull a classic here. I'm gonna cast a guiding bolt
Ooh.
on the ghastly ghoul that's attacking Branwen.
Okay.
And as usual, I'm gonna lick it, and then I'm gonna shoot.
Oh God.
How does this fucking work again?
It's a ranged spell attack.
Okay, yeah, I remember. Um, roll it.
Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it.
I haven't rolled an attack in years. 15.
That hits.
Hey, let's go. And that'll do 10 damage.
1 second. To remind myself what this means.
Look at that clover in the background. It's a good puppy.
Just out of focus. She flops.
Always.
Byron's a big time flopper as well.
Okay, so Randy, you fire your radiant bolt of energy, and it fires across the open field. And as it hits the creature before you, you find that it seems to curdle and scream as though the effects of the attack are almost doubled against it, dealing 20 damage instead of 10.
We love that.
Amazing.
Somebody's vulnerable to radiant damage.
That's right. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
No.
Okay. Cena's turn, and she is going to race down here to behind the creature that Randy just struck and pull out a pair of daggers from her the side and just embed them in the creature's back. And she will roll to hit with 1 and 2, and she hits with both. And she will
Yes, queen.
add her
Girl power.
sneak
Hooray.
attack damage to it.
Oh,
We love
Cena's really good.
flanking.
Love this Randy Cena alley-oop.
And that will be enough as she embeds her knives into the back of the creature and just drags them down until a similar crystalline structure within her shatters. And Bran, when you're faced with Cena, just kind of embedding the knives into the air as the creature dissipates before you. And it is now Willem's turn.
I will, despite taking damage, half smirk at Alabaster and say, still feeling confident, before I pull out my sword, bonus action light it on fire, and then hit him.
What's the word?
The word today is fuck you hags.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit. He will sneer at you as you say this.
Is he hit by a 15?
He is not.
we'll try again.
He is not. He's not.
How about buy a 15?
He is not.
Well, that's a bummer.
Okay. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
Use my free action, use my bonus action, use my action. So
Okay.
no.
You two are just essentially like everyone else is looking at the two of you fighting, and you're just like swinging swords around, but not hitting one another.
It's like Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Or no,
Yeah,
or
the
it's just
swords just
really cool parries.
yeah, exactly. The two of you just like your swords are clanging off of one another in quick succession, and they will attempt to once again strike you in the same fashion.
My
And he
AC is
misses
20.
both attempts. Um,
Can he canonically go "Ah," when
he
he
goes,
tries?
ah! And then as he kind of pulls back, he goes, perhaps we can arrange something of sorts. And with that, it is now Branwen's turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up behind him, and I'm going to hold my action until Willem decides to negotiate or
Oh
something.
yeah, no, like I'm listening.
Okay, yeah.
He'll kind of like
The moment
hold
he.
his yeah. We can hold combat at Branwen's turn,
Mhm.
and he'll kind of like hold up his swords. He goes, yes, perhaps the Lady Ophelia underestimates you in sending me to confront you. I know what I'm best at. Perhaps we can come to an arrangement of sorts.
Keep talking.
The Lady Ophelia, I can tell you where she is.
Keep talking.
Well, I need assurances that I will not be killed.
Okay, so here's the thing. You tell us, and we might not kill you, or you don't tell us, and we definitely kill you.
I understand why a person in your position might feel that's a good bargain. But I come to you now, pleading, begging to spare me.
Yeah, but you sort of work for a hag.
I do not work for a hag. She runs these swamps. She holds many people under her thumb.
Are you an unwitting thrall?
I am not an unwitting thrall. I like to keep my wits about me. But you could also
I should have
understand.
said unwilling, not unwitting.
Yes, we have very little choice in the matter, you see.
Go on.
She is an incredibly powerful figure. We would be indebted to you if you were to kill her, but I would need to know that my status is protected. I am not one to put my cart behind the wrong horse, for instance.
Well, seems like that's what you did here, huh?
Are you a man of justice or not?
I am, but
Ooh.
justice can take many forms.
It would appear as though you only see it as one form.
Well, you're not dead yet, so, things are still in consideration.
You also mentioned we. If
Thank you.
we helped y'all get out from under the hag's thumb, would you help us kill her?
Gods, no. I know what she's capable of. In fact, I know what she's capable of in death as well. I'm better off taking this to my grave.
Set it on me.
And I'll kind of steal his swords back at you. And Branwen, your turn is yours.
Stab!
Um, okay. Let's say we don't kill you. You show us to Lady Ophelia. Do we have your assurances that you and your compatriots will not harm us?
I don't know my compatriots. None of us really know who served the lady. Misthold is a good town. Its people are good people, but they have been abused by this woman for too long.
I understand what that's like.
Yes, I can see
Um,
that.
perhaps we let him live. What does everybody else think?
This guy seems cool.
I don't know about that, but
Cena will approach and be
So-
like, and like sheath her daggers. She goes, "What were those things? Anyone capable of bringing about those things has no right to live."
I look at Cena like,
I sort of hold up my hand a little bit at Cena, and I look at her and I go, "You and I should know better than anybody else what it's like to be manipulated by somebody powerful."
Fair enough. It's not my fight.
Well, do you think we should? I'm gonna say you think we shouldn't keep him alive.
I'm biased.
Oh, trust me. Same here. Dunk, Branwyn.
I mean, on one hand, I am ready to stab this guy if you want me to. On the other hand, we do have a really nice co-op in a different place that I
look,
do have a tendency to invite everybody to.
look, if we're gonna kill the hag anyway, this guy will be free to do whatever he wants after that, and I assume that he'll choose a better path when he's free to do so. He's not exactly in his own free will right now.
What if he takes us to Misthold like he originally promises, and we can see what the situation in the town is, and we might be able to find some more resources.
Well, we don't need him to get to Misthold anymore.
I
Except this path he brought us on is probably not a shortcut. I think.
I didn't lie about that. It really is a shortcut. Follow the main road, and you'll be there within the hour.
Tell us everything you know about the Lady Ophelia.
I don't know much. She haunts the swamp, obviously. Infects the people of Misthold with nightmares. She has eyes and ears everywhere.
Willem scans around for a hag time.
And he looks at you and he goes, "She wants you dead, of course. She sees you as a threat. I think you're doing the right thing."
A threat to what? Her life?
I would say so.
It's a nice confidence boost.
There's, there's someone you should meet. His name is
Okay.
Portland, and he lives in Misthold. I think you two would hit it off.
Are you in any danger by what has transpired here today?
Yes, if I do not kill you or die trying, the Nightweaver has the ability to sour us beyond the veil as well.
Is the Nightweaver what you call her?
Yes.
Okay.
You should hang with us for a bit then, Alabaster.
Alabaster, yeah. Let's go meet Portland.
I do not think it wise for me to be seen with you.
If she has eyes and ears everywhere, you've already been seen with us.
Yes, in the attempt to kill you. If I am seen
Well, then,
canoodling with you, it wouldn't be prudent.
would you rather us just kill you then, so that
No,
she'll
I'd
think
rather
that
you
brought
just
it back
let
to
me
us?
go, and I will flee this place, never to return.
What if
I-
we pretended to be your prisoners?
I was given strict orders to kill you.
Mm,
What if you pretended to be our prisoner?
That would look poorly upon me as well. I am meant to kill you or die trying.
I mean, just knock you in the head real hard.
And just leave me here? That sounds great.
I look at Willem.
Um, I turn to Alabaster and I go, "Do I have your word that you will not willingly harm myself or my companions?
Yes, you have my word.
Insight. That is a 12.
You get the same sense that you did earlier. No vibrato, steady lip. He appears to be telling the truth.
I'm gonna do an insight check as well. 6.
You get the same insight you did earlier. He appears to be telling the truth.
I turn to Branwyn and Randy and go, seems legit.
Yeah, I told him he seems like a cool guy.
I just slammed the pommel of my sword into
Wait,
his
wait, wait.
temple.
Where can we find Portland?
He'll be in Misthold. His house is on the water.
Alright, now
And
can
you
brain him.
deal
It's pretty-
non-lethal damage and knock him out, and his body kind of slumps onto the ground, effectively ending combat.
I put him up in a nice little. I lean him against a tree in a dry-ish spot so he doesn't fall over and drown in like a centimeter of water.
That was
I'm
very
gonna
kind of you.
search him afterwards.
Okay. You search the body, make an investigation check.
That's better. 14.
On the body, you find 150 gold, a folded letter, as well as a pouch containing a potion of healing and a potion of heroism.
Taking that pouch, and I'd like to open and read that letter.
The letter is very clearly written from the Lady Ophelia, and it bears the names of Branwyn, Randy, Dunk, and Willem, and a onus to kill them on sight.
Okay. I will return the letter and turn to my companions and I say, well, I guess it's time to go to Misthold.
Yeah,
We should
let's go.
probably sneak through there as best we can.
Okay.
Okay.
Like once we get to Misthold, it sounds like Ophelia has lots of people looking out for us.
Okay.
Oh, she knows that we're here already, for sure.
Yeah. Yes, she does. All right. Let's get going, unless anybody else wants to do anything here.
No.
No.
All right. You all head down the path following Alabaster's instructions, leaving him kind of positioned against a tree, slumped over, and walking for about 45 minutes. Who is leading the line? Was it Willem?
I'll go first, yeah.
Okay. Willem, I will have you make a perception check.
Let's fucking go dirty 20.
Nice. Moving along the path, this kind of low mist hugging the ground, and you kind of like from left and right, you hear the occasional like fish kind of slapping and surfacing against the waters around you. But inevitably, the sharp twang of an instrument cuts through the persistent hum of instruments, and your eyes attune to kind of shapes surfacing ahead of you. Ramshackle buildings kind of cutting out of the mist further down the path. Do
What
you?
kind of instrument?
It sounds like a guitar.
Cool.
As you press forward, the buildings become pretty difficult to miss, and the path beneath your feet actually begins to widen and harden a bit. So you're no longer dragging your feet through the murky depths. The instrument continues to play as kind of sliding tunes, like deep and melodic, interrupted only every so often by the sharp twang of a plucked string. Go ahead.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self and appear as a generic Autumn Eladrin.
Okay. Um, the mist begins to clear, and the buildings start to take the shape of a small town, kind of a cluster of buildings and homes perched upon stilts above the murky waters. The architecture is kind of blend like rustic design, and there's like some whimsical touches as well. Like they have like these curling rooftops, and there's the roofs are kind of blanketed by vibrant mosses that have clearly been accumulated from the surrounding forest. And it's still about like 100 yards ahead of you.
All right. Beeline for the water to look for Portland's house, I suppose.
Okay. You make
Yeah.
your way through the town, and there are, like, as you kind of pass through, a mix of fey races. Like, there's a few weary-looking Eladrin herbalists kind of sorting through meager harvests. And then, like, off in the corner, there's a hunched-over gnome repairing this kind of dilapidated boardwalk. Everyone's kind of going about their tasks with like a slow, almost like somber diligence. Nobody's really paying you a lot of mind. Um, Everyone can make a perception check.
Let's fucking go dirty 20.
Nah.
I see nothing. I got a 1.
Cool.
Seven.
Willem, you find your senses are just like heightened as you enter the town. Like you're a bit on edge. You're a little alert, and the adrenaline's kind of pumping through your veins. It's just giving you a heightened sense of awareness, and you kind of observe the people around you, and like the everyone around you has these very like exhausted appearance. Their eyes kind of shadowed and distant. Um, But among these kind of subdued individuals, there's a few that stand out, almost like a lifeless state. There's a particular Eladrin, his skin kind of ashen and eyes very vacant. He's moving with this like very mechanical slowness as he pulls fishing nets from the swamp waters. And as you kind of scan the horizon, perched on a barrel near the edge of the dock, you actually see the source of the music as a man plucks kind of listlessly against this instrument. Given your heightened awareness, the first thing that you clock about the individual are a set of antler like horns that extend from the side of his head.
I just like stop in my tracks.
Willem, that guy kind of looks like you.
I've never seen somebody else like me. I approach him sort of tentatively.
He continues to twang on his guitar. Ah, travelers in Misthold. Rare presence indeed. Easy to get stuck in the muck out there.
Does he seem drained of vitality?
Make an investigation check.
That would be a 9.
First impressions seem to indicate no. You don't really see anything out of the ordinary about him, but his head's kind of bowed. Like he's not really, he doesn't look up as you approach. He kind of is like looking down and like sees your feet as you approach. And just continues to play his instrument.
Would you be Portland by any chance?
That's the name my mama gave me, Portland Kind.
Portland. I was told to find you and said that we would have a lot to talk about, and I think whoever said that was right.
He looks up, and for the first time, each of you notice that his eyes are kind of milky white and covered. You can't see a discernible pupil. Uh, his hair is matted and long, kind of drapes down over the side of his head, and he wears this kind of like almost like black hat that covers a lot of the top of his head. And upon first glance, it almost looks like the horns kind of extend out of the hat itself, as opposed to like being attached to his head. But as you kind of like look closely, you can tell they are there. Um, and beyond the kind of the milky, like opaque nature of his eyes, like he's very sunken and sallow, but he doesn't have the same look of fatigue that everybody else does. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. What's your name, if you know mine so well?
My name is Willem.
Willem. Good, strong name. Where are you from, son?
I will sort of gently take his hand and see if he's okay with it. And then put it up towards my head where disguise self does not hold up upon physical inspection, and let him feel my antlers.
Ah, we share a similar burden. That's intriguing. I don't know why you've come here, but I can reason a guess.
And if you were a reasoning man, what would you suggest?
Well, this town has its fair share of burdens. Even a blind man like me can see that. But you should know that some eyes see better than others.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm well aware.
He just continues to play his instrument.
Hmm. What do I want to do here? Because Nolan thinks, or what, something about, words not working out.
Wait, what?
Nolan thinks that Ophelia stole his eyes, or is like seeing through them. We were told to come find you by somebody in the swamp.
Hmm. That person might not be no friend of yours, I say. Like I said, some people see with eyes even they don't know.
Oh, I'm well aware. Perhaps we can go somewhere a bit more private.
Nobody's private from me.
Cryptic.
Yeah. If you're here to help, I commend your courage. You might want to talk to the elders about what's going down here in Misthold. But be warned, this swamp's heart can be capricious. Not just the creatures of the murky waters that people like you should fear.
You're not a very straightforward man, are you, Portland?
I'm just looking out for you, boy. We got more in common than you think.
Well,
But no, I'm not
if
a good
you
man to be around.
Is your mom Ophelia?
No, I ain't got a mama no more. This is what happens when you say no.
did you also refuse the offer?
Well, let's just say I ain't from around here. Just a little home away from home for me. And he's gonna pull back his hair, and for the first time you see human ears.
Why did you stay here?
Ain't got no much choice no more.
Is she keeping you here?
Like I said, I ain't somebody you really want to be around, son. She sees all. I'll look up at you. and the texture of his eyes almost seems to change.
It's been a pleasure, Portland. We'll go head out. I'm gonna try to do what I can.
You're a brave lad. You see what happens when bravery gets the better of you. I commend you, son. But get out while you can. You're just gonna rock back and forth and play his tune.
That was unsettling.
Do you know where we can find her, though?
That is unfortunately not something I'm aware of, or something that I could potentially share with the likes of you. Of course, I don't know who
Sorry,
you're
I'm
talking
Randy.
about.
Okay.
I think we should go follow this gentleman's advice and find the elders.
You can't miss it. It's a big house in the center of town, long building. You're gonna want to watch out for Eldrin, though. Bit of a weird fella, if you ask me.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Don't linger, son.
Oh, I have no intention of doing so.
All right, what would you like to do?
And I briskly walk away.
All right, you're walking back towards the center of town.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you see all manner of folks around. This is a pretty small town, so if you're looking for the main building, you are able to identify it pretty quickly. Unless there's somewhere else or somebody else you'd like to talk to along the way.
Nope. But I'm not the only person here. Anybody else want to explore anything?
Um,
Uh,
I kind of want to just go check, see the elders, and figure out what's going on.
Okay. You all head
does
to the... Go ahead, Bromley.
does Portland seem like the kind of guy that would enjoy having somebody play with him? Or is he a solo artist kind of dude?
Um, you can roll an insight check to glean that if you'd like.
Okay.
Before we walk away from him, I'm gonna say just like, you seem like you might be the kind of guy that's sort of over the whole revenge thing, but for what it's worth, we'll do our best.
You don't know what you're getting yourselves into, but she does. She does. Best of luck. Best of luck.
I got a 17.
Yeah, he seems to be kind of pretty content on his own.
All right.
I'm gonna. I'd like to stop at a potion shop at some point.
Okay. You note with like kind of intrigue that none of the buildings are labeled. Like this just kind of seems like a town, as opposed to like a place where shops set up and things of that nature. Um, but you can ultimately, you reach the center of town where there's kind of a long house that's built, on the only real solid ground around. Everyone else is kind of built on stilts around the waters of this kind of like cutout of solid ground in the muck. And you can see that there's a small fire burning inside. A good kind of fire, not a bad fire.
This is the shop.
This is not the shop. This is the main
Oh.
building, or at least that's what you glean.
Got it.
It's not clear to you if there is any shop or what it might be. They all look like
Okay.
standard nondescript ramshackle buildings.
I'm gonna go kind of poke around and look for a shop if you guys wanna go talk to these elders.
Sure.
I'll stick with Willem, just in case.
Randy, I don't know if you should go by yourself. Maybe Cena should come with you or something. I'm
Oh yeah, sure.
unsettled by this place.
That's fair.
So,
Oh,
Branwyn,
and I rip out a tooth and give it to Randy.
got it.
It's so creepy when you do that.
I like it.
I, with my disguised self, flash her a full set of teeth smile.
Stop it. Stop it.
So Branwyn
I'm
and
gonna make
Willem,
sure to. Yeah, I was gonna make sure to give Randy some like 100-ish gold. I don't know. What do you?
well, is Randy going alone, or is it Branwyn and Randy and Willem and Dunk? What is the duos here?
I think it's Branwyn Dunk, Willem, and Randy Cena.
Got it. Okay.
And I have like I'll like give it back, but could I have like 1,000 gold?
Yeah.
I don't know how much this is gonna be, but it is important.
Okay, I'm just gonna do it here rather than mess with my character sheet.
Just to have it to hold for a little while.
Okay.
Who do you want to
Willem,
be with first, Chris?
we're going to be with you guys first. So Willem, Branwyn, and Dunk, you enter into the long house. And you kind of step up the brief stairs into the building and kind of pull a cloth doorway that's keeping the exterior elements out. And there's a small hearth in the kind of the center of the building where the smoke rises up and passes out into the beyond, where there's like a little chimney at the top of the longhouse. And three figures are in there, and they kind of turn towards you. You see an Eladrin male, a satyr, a small satyr, and a what you get the sense is like a half elf, but like a peculiar half elf. Like it's not the same kind that you're familiar with from your times on the material plane.
Does it look like alabaster?
It doesn't look like alabaster.
Okay.
But they all kind of look at you as you enter, and the older Eladrin turns to you and goes, "I beg your pardon. We do not get many visitors here in Misthold. What brings you here today?"
How do they look?
Make a perception check.
I perceive 6.
They look as tired as the rest of the individuals in the town. Given your heightened perception from earlier, the Eladrin male and the satyr look tired and gaunt, while the half elf appears almost distant.
Like physically fine, but just away, or
But resembling some of those people with like mechanical nature,
okay.
almost lifeless.
I will say, uh, yes. Pardon our intrusion, but I was told to speak with you by, um, Portland.
Mm. And who does Portland send to us today?
Is this a place where I can speak freely?
This is the town chambers. All are welcome to speak their mind, but you will give us some leeway if we are hesitant to trust outsiders. These are dark times, there is no denying.
That's understandable. Very dark times. I will drop the disguise self.
Each of them recoil a little bit, and the satyr goes, "Good gods, it's one of them. One of them. He is loyal. We mean no ill will to the Nightweaver here. We mean no ill will to the Nightweaver."
Oh,
Uh,
that's
and
funny because I do.
Morwin, the elder Eladrin, will kind of put a hand out in front of the satyr and go, "Let him speak freely, but mind your tongue and do so quickly. You seek ill will against the Nightweaver?"
That's correct, yes. Portland, I can see with my own eyes that things are not going very well here, and you'd probably like to be rid of her. I would also like to be rid of her.
The elder looks around the room and says, "We are in dire need of allies, but you will find very few here. I'm afraid we have no fighting people to spare." The half-elf will chime in at this point and go, "No fighting people here. That is correct. But we need not help from outsiders. We can solve our problem with the Nightweaver on our own."
And how do you propose to do that, exactly?
Eldrin is doing just a fine job. We'll be rid of these nightmares in no time, as soon as I can convince the council that it is the best path forward. We needn't jump to such harsh applications, Ilara. Perhaps
Would
these people
you
can do us good.
would you care to share your ideas?
They are not my ideas. They are Eldrin's. He is a wise man who has come to help us, and he has rid many people of their nightmares already. The hag cannot touch them. We would do well to follow his instruction.
What does Eldrin ask of you?
Eldrin cures us.
Can I
And
send a message to Randy?
Sure.
Just like regular message one, assuming he's still reasonably close by. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say, keep an eye out for some guy called Eldrin. Suss him out.
if Eldrin
Okay.
can cure you, why haven't you allowed him to do so?
I have been. It is the others who delay. Eldrin has methods that are peculiar in nature and need more time to observe the effects long term. You will forgive us, Ilara, if we are not so keen to jump into bed with an outsider. She'll turn to them and say, "Ah, but so keen to jump in with these outsiders. They who would threaten the Nightweaver, who would attempt to slay her and bring her wrath upon this city once more? We used to be a great people. Now we are lost. Eldrin can find us again."
How are you so sure Eldrin isn't working with your Nightweaver?
Because it is through Eldrin's methods that we are cured, and we have no more nightmares. We are no longer under the crushing yoke of her thumb. I have not had a nightmare since Eldrin cured me. It is
And
in this
Insight
clarity
check.
of mind. You may make a insight check. It is in this clarity of mind that we are able to find a true path forward, while these others can barely scrounge enough energy to get out of bed in the morning. Brenwyn.
14.
She is absolutely telling the truth. She has not had a nightmare since dealing with Eldrin.
what does Eldrin ask in exchange? I mean, I can say
Eldrin
you can
asks
tell me
nothing
my
in
rudeness.
exchange. He simply
Well,
wishes to aid the town and continue in his research.
wasn't really talking to you.
Morwen will look at you. We have allowed tempers to accelerate here. Eldrin is an outsider, this is true. Eldrin has cured many, this is also true, but there are just as many who are wary of his methods. I fear, however, that we are too far gone to deny the help of someone who has cured many. Many people in this city have not slept in months. We have lost
Can you tell
many.
us about these methods?
I do not know enough. Quite frankly, I am skeptical myself. as is Joran, and he gestures to the satyr, who's kind of like cowering behind Morwen. But to be fair, Jorwin is quite scared of everything.
Oh,
Ilara would have us believe that Joran is that Eldrin is the
Eldrin?
path forward. I'm beginning to think we are running short on time to choose otherwise.
Well, I ask that you give me all the information you can on your Nightweaver, and I know some things myself. I am a direct product of her magic.
Yes, that much is clear. Perhaps it is best that you and I speak alone. Ilara will turn. Oh, is that so? You wish to keep things from the rest of the council, Elder Morin. It is entirely within my prudence to decide what I hear and what I share. I will inform you of everything of our conversation in due time, Ilara. I would have you mind your tongue. Well, Eldrin and I will continue to purify those who wish to end the nightmares. And when it comes time... Hey, Clover. And when it comes time, we too, we will seek support from Eldrin. But if you would please excuse us for just a moment. Ilara
I have
will,
one question for you, Lady Alara, before we peel off.
by all means.
You seem hesitant to upset the Nightweaver, and yet you've accepted cures from Eldrin. Why wouldn't Eldrin's cure upset the Nightweaver?
It will. But in strength, in numbers, the more of us who take the cure, the less that Lady Ophelia can control. And we will finally have the numbers to overwhelm her. Or she will simply move on with no cattle to feed upon.
Thank you for your time, Morwen. Shall
Yes,
we?
we shall. And he kind of leads you towards the back of the longhouse. Randy, what you doing? Sina will
I
turn to
am.
you. What exactly is it that we're looking for?
Yeah, we're looking for a potion to comprehend languages here.
Potion of comprehend languages?
Comprehension, I think is
You
what it's called.
you think that this place is going to have that? This is a backwater town.
If anything, it'll at least have, the ingredients. It's not too hard to make, actually.
What do you require for it?
Uh, um, Brett is saying that D&D 5e wiki says it's pretty easy to make. You just need like basic reagents and stuff. So I would assume like a basic alchemy shop would have stuff that I could use to make it.
Yes.
Okay. But I don't know specifically what it is.
What's your process for finding a shop, given that there are no signs on the doors?
I will approach the least haggard looking person on the street.
Okay. You make a perception check to find the least haggard person.
7.
It takes you some time. It takes you about 30 minutes before you're able to find anyone who looks reasonably awake. But inevitably, you find a little halfling who seems to be like going in and out of a larger building and like going in outside, filling up a pot with water and bringing it back into the building. And you're able to kind of corner me. So, hello, a stranger in Misthold.
Hey,
What is it that I can do for you? And he kind of looks around
yeah.
nervously.
You might have noticed that we are not from around here, but so we're just looking for an
Visitors are certainly
alchemy.
welcome.
Oh, that's great to know. If Do you know of where an alchemy or a potion shop would be around here?
There's Ilara. She's the town apothecarist. But there's also Lysa. Lysa has a little herbalist shop. If that's there's something in particular that you're looking for, she'd likely be able to sell you the ingredients. Ilara would have finished products. I know they work quite
Okay.
close together.
What?
I believe they work quite close together.
Okay, cool. Is there do they work out of the same building?
No, Ilara is further down the road. Lysis is just across there. He kind of gestures in the direction of a small shop across the street.
Awesome. You've been a great help. We'll try that building then.
It's my pleasure. If you're interested in a pint later, feel free to come back. Doran Quickfoot is the name, and more than happy to help you find something that you're interested in the libations department.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I see like the building that he's referring to?
It's right behind him, the one that he's been walking in and out of.
Does it have a sign?
There is no sign.
You guys should put signs on things. It's like if you're looking to attract outsiders, I think that like just business in general, that's going to be my helpful tip of the day, I think.
Well, thank you. It's certainly good advice, and we'll think about it. Clover, it's okay.
All right, man.
Sit
Have a
down.
great day.
All right, fare thee well. And you walk across the street, and very similar to the rest of the buildings around town, looks like nondescript, like all of the others, kind of a sloping roof down, cottonwood and moss kind of descending down in front of the wall, and you can very easily kind of pull a tarp back to enter into the building.
I do.
A very skittish voice kind of chimes in from the back. Beg your pardon. Who's there?
It's me, Randy.
Oh no, Randy.
Cena.
Something in particular. You customers in Misthold. Guests
Yeah,
in Misthold. Where are you be coming from? Please define your place of origin.
we are from the material plane.
The material plane. The material plane. Material plane. We don't mean no trouble here. Just a little herbalist shop, really. We don't need any trouble here. You can take whatever you want and go.
No, we are not. We're here to just buy things,
Buy
ma'am.
things.
Miss.
It's
I
not
don't know,
every
what do
day that we get guests from the material plane. Who sent you? And inevitably, she's going to kind of skitter out from behind this counter, and it's just this very petite-looking gnome with a little blue cap that rests on blonde locks. You can see the kind of like wrinkles and bags that have accumulated under her eyes.
Are you okay?
Nobody in this town's okay.
Are you guys all being human trafficked?
I'm not sure what that means, but you're under her influence. And now you come here saying you're from the material plane?
Oh, yeah, no. We know all about the hag business. We're gonna kill her. Don't worry about that.
Don't say those things in my shop! She can hear.
Oh, she knows.
So don't get me into it. Take whatever you want. I mean it.
No, okay. So what we're buying here is actually completely separate from this whole thing. We just want enough kind of ingredients to make a potion to comprehend.
Honest to God, take whatever you want. Just please leave.
I would rather not steal from you if that's okay.
You can leave the gold on the counter. I trust you. You're good for it. Just take what you want. Leave the shop. Leave Misthold. We don't want anybody here saying they're going to kill the Nightweaver. Because you can't kill the Nightweaver. And if she hears that you've been telling people that you're going to kill her, she's going to come and finish off every one of us you talk to.
I'm sorry for causing you such distress. I promise we're pretty cool people.
Cena's kind of going to grab your arm and just be like, we should go.
All right. You're probably right. Okay. And I awkwardly like walk behind the whatever counter there is.
There's just like a lot of hanging herbs and shelves. Like this is very clearly her abode. Like it's where she lives. But it's you find normal standard like foodstuffs and ingredients for things that she is cooking. But I'll have you roll a nature check to determine if you find everything you need.
Oof. Or
You're able to find some ingredients, but you feel like you're missing some things. Please, please, you got everything you need now, right? Time to hurry on.
Where can I find your compatriot, Alara?
Elora,
Ladra?
Elora, she's down the street a ways. Please, what are you looking for?
We're just looking for a potion of comprehension.
She will hastily uh, race around the room, grab as much as she can, and shove it. Like as she's like basically on her tippy toes, shoving it into your hands and pushing you out of the room.
All
There,
right.
you got it. Now go.
Okay, yeah, and I like take out, I don't know, 25 gold, and
Take
I put it
it.
on the counter, and I leave. Uh, have a good day.
And she pushes you through the cloth entrance to her abode. Cena will
Jesus
turn to you.
Christ.
That went well. Not as well
Um,
as most things that we do.
to be fair, we don't usually do well. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
And then
So,
I'm gonna go. Oh,
no, go ahead.
I was gonna go in front of the town hall or whatever building they went into, and just kind of uh I don't know, how do I brew a potion?
To brew a potion, you will need alchemist supplies or access to a cauldron where you can combine the ingredients and put it all together in an hour
Would
of
that
time.
shop that I was just at have alchemist supplies?
No, she's an herbalist shop.
Okay. Is there okay, dang it. uh I'm good for now. I will just wait in front of the building.
Okay. Got it. Now back to Willem and Co. Willem Morwen kind of pulls you down further into the far end of the longhouse and gestures for you to sit upon like kind of like just dirty looking cloth um, and sits crisscross applesauce on the ground and goes, you'll have to understand that I must ask where you come from and why you have decided to come here today.
Oh, to be completely candid with you, we are from the material plane. Well, two of us are.
Planewalkers and hag-touched, you have developed quite a story for yourselves.
Yes, we have.
And you mean to kill the Nightweaver.
I do.
What is it
And
that
her
you...
sisters.
Ah, the Coven. She is a member of a coven.
Tentatively, yes.
We have dealt only with her. You must understand my caution that if you were to kill her, we might be dealing with perhaps retribution.
I've heard from quite a few people that she can do things from beyond the grave, and I'm curious what that means exactly.
They are threats, really. But there's something you should know about. He turns to you, Branwyn. He goes, you hail from the Summer Court, yes?
Yes.
Then you know of Old Hallows ruins.
Do I, Chris?
Make a history check with advantage.
I rolled a 2 and a 1.
So, no. He kind of like notes your blank expression and he goes, well, I suppose it shouldn't come as so much of a surprise to me that someone from the Summer Court did not make their way to Old Hallow. This part of the country this land. We are not the first to settle here. We know very little of the people beyond or before us. But we hear stories out of Old Hallow that the city is essentially built on ruins. We have seen their kind in the swamp. We do not touch the bodies. They are cursed things. But the Nightweaver does. Her impact, that is what tells us her impact extends beyond the grave.
Wait, what do you
So,
mean? What have you? What are their kind?
I'm sorry?
What do you mean their kind? That you've seen their kind? Like just zombies?
It is certainly a word for it. But yes, there are creatures in the water, preserved for millennia, it would appear.
So this is a bog.
so the Nightweaver can raise the dead, is what you're saying.
It would appear so.
The
And if you want
ancient
my
dead.
honest opinion, it is the presence of this dead that brought Eldrin to us. And it is why I do not trust the man. I am unsettled by him. But in
People
truth,
who go around saying they have miracle cures are often charlatans.
yes. But the reality of the situation is I am the man whose flock needs to be tended to. And I am running out of solutions. And here is a man
It
who has offered a cure. It has been effective. They have all
seems
claimed to
Eldrin's
not be
cure
touched by the Nightweaver.
seems Eldrin's cure changes them though.
Yes, they are different.
How long has Eldrin been around? And how long these like cures have we seen like long-term effects of these cures?
Eldrin has only been here in the last month or so. The nightmares have persisted for the last 4. So, you can imagine by the time he shows up, people are willing to listen to anything.
So the Nightweaver only recently came near here then?
So it would appear. Or at least
Interesting.
the first we have been impacted by her presence. There have always been stories. Creatures flocking away from a particular place in the swamp, bad catch. It is only in the last 4 months that we have been tormented by the nightmares.
Do you know what Eldrin wants with those who came before in the swamp?
We do not. Only that, and that is again my hypothesis. It would appear as though he was attracted to their presence. From what I understand, the ruins are off limits in Old Hallow, and this is where he hails from. Things are a little bit less constrained out here in this part of the Autumn Court.
Why don't you simply leave?
This is our home. There are families here that have lived here for generations, and they will continue to live here. There are those that have, and perhaps that is where I'll resort to. The reality is there are many who will stay behind and linger. Their forefathers are buried here, their children are buried here, and I am not one to abandon my flock.
I can respect that. If you can give us any information about the whereabouts of the Nightweaver or the, for lack of a better term, anchor she has to this plane, I would be appreciative.
I know not of any anchor that you speak of. You would know more than I in that department. But There is Mara Willowbend. She is loquacious and might know more than I. Can only tell you that north of the city is a place where we never have any catch. The fishermen come back complaining of darkness that grips the land. Birds don't squawk there, fish do not flop there.
Where could I find Mara?
She lives. She lives in a tent, uh, not far from Doran's place. It's about just a 5-minute walk down the road.
Is she one of Eldrin's?
No, Mara has been quite critical of Eldrin. I would be lying if I said that's not why I was sending you to her.
Good to know. Well, we intend to dispatch the Nightweaver, and then perhaps Eldrin will move on, or you would have strength enough to fight him off.
I urge you to be
Because I get
careful.
bad vibes.
Yes. You understand why I am powerless to intervene. My people trust him. My people have gone to him. My people have been cured by him. But you have my trust.
Well, we
Mara
appreciate that. You know,
will provide you with more answers than I can at the moment. But I believe it is to the north.
Thank you. Dunk, Branwyn, anything else?
No.
just want to commend you for keeping it together. I know your people are in a really bad spot.
I appreciate that, son. Thank you. All right. You
Hopefully we
all,
will bring an end to this shortly.
I wish you luck. You all make your way out of the longhouse and outside, where you find your companion Randy um, sitting there with Cena. And this feels like a great opportunity to take a quick break. Um, so we will be back in just a few minutes.
Mossy bitch.
I think you're mossy.
Okay.
I vote
I'm so glad I went back on that one.
Hey, the next question is how soggy are you?
Yeah, that's for you. That's for
Again,
you.
that's a personal question.
That's something to
So,
be carried.
if you're tuning in today, it is our 1 year
Well, we out of the
anniversary.
break?
We are out of the break now, and it's our 1 year anniversary, and we are doing a special fundraising effort. You can click the link in our chat, and for 5, 10, 25, 50, 75, and $100 contributions, that guarantees people of the group boons to help them face their trials and tribulations as we advance through sessions. And those contributions are welcome from now till Wednesday. So please do contribute. So Willem, Bramwin, and Dunk, you have stepped out of the. Hey, there you go. You're a fan.
I'm a fan. I don't
excellent.
really know what that is very much, but I'll take it.
You have stepped out of the longhouse and have found Randy kind of sitting there working with a small, like, kind of portable cauldron that he's working on from his herbalism kit. Does that say Randy?
what? Oh no, it's an omelet. But
Oh, it honestly kind of
it
looked like
looks-
the ketchup said Randy.
yeah. Well, I guess I could have done that, but it does actually look like that a little bit. But no, I just whipped a quick omelet.
Nice. Um, and you got like 20 more minutes to go, Randy, to finish this potion.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stand over like a dad watching a movie. Like,
Oh yes, where they can't sit down.
Mhm.
yeah, I'm just gonna look down and be like, "What's up, bud?"
I'll make a potion.
Okay.
What you can do with it?
I'm gonna read a book.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna look at Cena and be like, "You find out y'all did what happened?"
We didn't run into Eldrin. The only thing we did was traumatize a poor halfling girl.
To be fair, she was already pretty traumatized.
Oh,
Yes,
okay,
that's fair.
okay. That sounds actually kind of par for the course for us.
Yes, that is true. Where to now?
Look at Willem.
Oh, we're going to talk to somebody named Mara who lives in a tent on the north side of town.
Oh, yeah,
Also,
we saw that. It was bit down the roadways, near what was that guy's name? Doran?
Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
yeah.
Yeah,
She
I know
said
where
it
it
was.
That's
is.
weird.
Oh, okay. Should one of us stay here with Randy while he makes
I'll say you
tea?
can wait 20 minutes for him to finish his
Okay.
potion.
Does that mean we get a short rest while we?
If you want to do a short rest, you have to do nothing for an hour.
Oh, it's an hour. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
I thought it
stand
was-
there and watch Randy make a potion.
I believe. Let me just double check that.
And he's doing that the entire time.
Yeah, I'm just cooking.
Yeah, a short rest is a period of downtime at least 1 hour long. So
Okay.
you're welcome to take a short rest, but you'll be waiting a little bit longer.
I don't need one.
No, I'm good. Never mind. I thought it was 20 minutes for some reason.
Okay. So Randy, you have kind of your cauldron kind of comes to a neat color that aligns with the instructions that you've read for a potion of comprehension. You kind of pour it into one of your glass vials, and you now have a potion of comprehension.
hey Randy, what are you making
Beautiful.
this potion for?
What?
What are you making this potion for?
I'm gonna read that book that we got.
Oh, the book that makes you insane?
Or enlightened. Yeah,
Two sides of the same coin.
kinda.
This will only go well. I support it.
I'm excited. But I'll wait till we're done with this hag business. I feel like might be, if I do go insane, I'd rather it be after we kill a hag.
I appreciate that. I might also go insane after we kill the hag.
Oh,
That's-
cool.
Yeah, we'll be crazy. We'll be brothers. We'll be cool, man.
Hey, Dunk, you want to stay normal after
I
we kill a
pounded
hag?
for Randy.
Were any of us ever normal?
Fair.
I felt like I was relatively normal at one
And look
point.
where that got you.
Fuck, you're right.
Dead.
Well, okay, I was gonna say stuck here with y'all, but you took it a step farther.
Sometimes dead is better.
Hey, so we're gonna meet this person. This is just an observation that I've noticed from telling people. People hate that we're from the material plane. They just like don't vibe with it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Should we like not be telling people this?
Probably not. It's weird.
We also probably shouldn't be like announcing out loud that we're here to kill Ophelia. They also call
Yeah,
her the
apparently.
for some
This
reason.
person might be on our side, though.
Oh
Seems
yeah,
like-
no, we'll like tell her, but like not just like the general public.
Yeah.
Let's
All right, man.
working off tomorrow's.
Alright.
Oh, Randy, by the way, like if you don't want to wait to read the book, you can just read the book. I don't want to get in the way of your joy.
It's probably best for me to have a little bit of time at least.
Okay. Is he
Yeah.
Oh, you're fine now. Okay.
yeah, it was kind of.
You're
What
breaking
happened?
up and freezing a little bit.
Oh
He's
shit.
okay
Fine,
now.
don't worry about it.
Yeah,
You're
you're
good
good
Oh,
now.
Let's go.
You make your way.
tomorrow's den.
Yes. You make your way north through the city, or through the town, rather, before inevitably kind of passing by a familiar face in Doran, who's kind of, again, in and out between his doorway and a barrel outside that he's filling up with water. And inevitably, on the side of the road, you kind of spy a small makeshift tent. It's circular and has like kind of a nice, but at the, or at least at one point was nice, now ragged um, frill about it, and you can see kind of the back of someone in there who is like, their shoulders kind of shift side to side, but you can't really see much more than that.
Knock knock.
She like looks over her shoulder and spins towards you, and you see this very young Eladrin girl, probably only a couple years younger than you, Branwyn, just based on like what you're seeing before you. And her skin is kind of copper or bronze hued. And she goes, "Who are you?"
Chris, how hot is she? This matters.
It's a 16.
Not bad. That's like a 7.5. Willem will say, we were sent by Morwyn to come have a conversation with you.
Morwyn sent you.
Yes.
Conversation about what? You here to partake in Eldrin's little experiment?
Oh, quite the opposite. And I gesture to my horns.
Are you even a part of one of the Nightweaver's experiments then? I've seen your face in my nightmares.
Me?
Faces like yours.
Okay. Well, I'm a little bit
Shit,
of a
that would have been a good
rogue.
idea. I should have done that.
Oh well. I'm a little bit of a rogue experiment. Like a little bit of a 626.
Cute reference. She goes, by all means, come on in. And she'll kind of push her body aside to open up a fold in the tent for you all to enter. But she does look at you, Randy, be like, it might be a little crowded in there for you.
I'll wait up. I'll wait outside.
Yeah, I don't care. I'll be
Something
over
I should be
here.
worried about with your friends?
What?
Is there something I should be worried about with your friends? They're not interested in hearing about this?
Oh, Branwyn
I
is
just
just
don't.
like that, and I think she's maybe a little bit claustrophobic. And Randy, obviously he's very.
I'm very large.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
I'll come
However,
in if you think I
is
should hear it.
non-splitting.
Fair enough. Just the two of us then.
Well,
I'll come in.
No,
just through it.
I'm in. I'm just gonna.
We're gonna make your tent so crowded. I don't say that.
So everybody except Randy and Cena.
Yeah.
But actually Cena will enter as well. So just Randy is left outside the tent, kind of like a bodyguard.
Yeah. Okay.
And you enter, and she kind of gathers you around, and she kind of puts down a basket that she was in the middle of weaving. And she's, so, not friends of Eldrin, not friends of the Nightweaver. What brings you here to Misthold?
Oh, we are here to kill the Nightweaver 100%. Lady Ophelia.
You just said that we have to stop telling people that.
Oh, yeah, well,
You're pretty bold to be saying things like that.
yeah. I don't
And
know.
pretty
You
dumb
told
if you think you
Morwen,
can.
Morwen said to talk to you, so...
Well, you're pretty dumb if you think you can. I respect your
I
optimism,
mean,
though.
fair.
It was under different circumstances, but we killed one of her sisters.
Temporarily.
There's more than one of them. Temporarily.
Don't worry about that part.
Are you here to help or not? Because we
Very
have
much.
our fair share of people who are trying to help.
Well, we are also trying to help, but hopefully without the air quotes, yeah.
There's a few of us. We know where it is. But we are severely lacking in numbers. We just lost Bramble to Eldrin. Said it was a better solution. Can't say I blame him at this point.
What's Eldrin's deal?
Don't know. Blew in here about a month ago, promising some kind of cure. People he talks to don't seem the same afterwards. Like lifeless husks of themselves.
Are they just going about their normal activities, or are they doing something for him, or...
Yeah, no, everything about them seems the same. Bramble still fishes. It's the dock every morning. Back to the house
Mhm.
at night. It's a bit slow, but it doesn't seem all there. You look at him and no fire behind those eyes.
No.
Truth be told, most of us are losing our fire, though.
Yeah, the night terrors will do that.
Yeah. You lose people every week. So if you really do mean to do something about it, you can provide some assistance.
Please.
North of town, there's this path. It's going to cut left and right. You go left. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, she has a dog.
She has a dog, yeah. Who's uppity at the mailman. You're gonna go left. There'll be a cut in the cottonwood trees that takes you right there. It's almost like night doesn't end there. That's where she is, I have no doubt.
I've also heard that, how do I put this? Her heart is capricious. Do you know anything about what that might mean?
Who told you something like that?
Long story short, we were accosted in the woods by Alabaster, who told me to talk to Portland, and Portland told me something like that. But then he
Yeah.
said all the things like, "You don't want to be around me, boy." So
You gotta forgive me for being a little trepidatious around you, given that you look mighty like Portland. You tell me you share the same affliction, but his has had a very different outcome. He's her eyes, I tell you that. I have no doubt about
oh,
it.
I gathered.
She sees everything through him. None of us are quite sure if she hears through him, but
Well, I approached him in a different form, but I allowed him to know what I was.
she already knows you're here. And we might as well just send you in a coffin.
Has anybody tried before to dispatch
Of
the
course.
hag?
Why do you think none of us try now?
Fair enough. Do you know much about hags?
I don't know jack about shit. But I do know that if we don't get rid of her, we're all gonna die.
Most assuredly.
You can
Or,
take
you
you can
know,
take
wind up
these. And she's gonna pull a small basket of almost like round, like mushy balls. You light these bad boys on fire. Boom.
Oh, looks like my mama's Swedish meatballs.
Well, your mama must make some pretty fire meatballs.
My mama's dead.
Got him.
I mean, she did.
She walked right into it.
She was pretty fire.
Oh,
Good thing. Nope, Branwen's not outside.
well,
I shoot Branwen a look.
well. You follow my directions, you'll get there. You take these. Pack a wallop. And if you live to tell about it, well, I guess we'll all be indebted to you. Then maybe you can help us with Eldrin.
Well, if we take care of the hag, then people won't have any need to go to Eldrin now, will they?
Suppose you're right about that.
But
Well.
yes, once I deal with the Lady Ophelia, we'll come back and see how things are going.
Hold you to that. If I ever see you again.
Yeah.
Are there others that are like-minded?
There's a few of us.
Mention we, yeah.
Not many of us left. Doran don't want to get involved. Says he likes to stay out of the politics. Used to be me, Bramble, Bran, Lila. Now it's just me, Lila, and Bran. Afraid we wouldn't be much good to you. We ain't
You've been
fighters.
very good to us. This is helpful.
Listen. If she catches you, I have no doubt they'd torment you. Torment you to the edge of your life. You can mention my name. Rather go down by her hand than die a slow death here.
Are you saying if we're caught that you want us to let her know you're how we found her so she kills you?
Yeah, better a quick death than a slow one, right?
Well, there's no assurances for a quick death with Lady Ophelia, I can tell you that much.
That's fair. Hell, she already knew, right? So you better kill her. We're
Yep.
all screwed.
I do best under these circumstances, lots of pressure.
True enough. What'd you say your name was?
Willem.
Well, Willem and friends. I wish you luck.
Mara, you've been an absolute flower in this swamp.
Well, thank you kindly, I guess.
Do you know anywhere safe that we could spend the night?
There's Doran's. He's got a few beds, I think. Nowhere safe around here, though.
Would we be putting like Doran in danger by staying with him?
We're all in danger here. But like I said, Doran likes to keep out of the politics, so he probably won't think twice.
All right,
All
we
right.
can stop at Dorn's.
Stop at Doran's. Then again, sheltering us might be a good way to get directly involved in the politics, so we'll see how that goes.
All right. So you all are headed to Doran's.
Yeah.
Okay. It is right next door. So it is a pretty quick walk across the street to Doran's. And he's again just out filling up a pot with water and bringing it back inside. He goes, Ah, my tall friend. Did you come back for a drink? And you've brought more friends.
Oh, hey, yeah, kinda. We're definitely gonna stay here though, if that's okay.
Uh, Beds for all yous. What's that? One, two, three. Some of you will have to bunk up. But sure, you're
Um,
welcome to spend the night.
I think we might all share one room.
True enough. Not me to judge, I suppose. Um,
We're frugal.
Fair enough. Welcome to Misthold. Um, don't have much use for gold here. Is there anything you can offer in exchange for the room for the night?
Um, I feel like I have nothing good.
I take out. I have a shield that I've just had on my person for a while, I guess.
Should probably be using that.
I've never used it once.
Adds 1 or 2 to your AC.
Who
I could
needs it?
play some. I could throw in some tunes for the night.
I'll reach into my pack and hang or withdraw the hunting trophy that I've had since session 1 that comes with my character. It's an elk head.
Sure, shield and elk head. That's make for a fine mount above the bar. Um, sure. Can I be getting you anything else while you're here? Drinks, food.
Some soup. I'll have some soup.
I'll take
Uh,
some grog. You got
we
grog?
we've got grog. We've got a chowder. I can get you if you count that as soup.
Yeah, I think that
Fucking
technically
love
is soup.
chowder.
Well, this is a safe place, so you can speak your mind here. And he'll set you up at a table, and he'll bring over um, grog for all of you, as well as a hearty bowl of chowder. And he goes, he'll place a key down on the table, and he goes, "Room's just around the bend there. You can't miss it." And he'll head back and pot, water, pot, in and out of the house.
All right. So what's the vibe, y'all?
The vibe is not good.
Okay. What's the vibe about going to see Ophelia tomorrow? We're talking. I'm gonna just quietly play a little tune just to give us some white noise so we
Yeah.
can talk.
So, yes, I 100% think that we should get some sleep. I am a little nervous because we are in a town full of people who Ophelia has been manipulating their sleep and well, you know,
Want to set up a watch?
the way she came
Um.
to you, Branwyn, she's probably going to come to some of these people, so we might be in mortal danger.
Well, so when she was talking to me last night, she mentioned something about how this is one of the first nights. I think the tiny hut might be helping prevent her from messing with us. So as long as we all snuggle up a little bit in the hut,
Oh,
um
no, 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 no.
It's
I'll
also
just
not
cast.
necessarily us that I'm worried about.
I can cast protection from good and evil on all of us, so that's not
well,
a
even if
problem.
I do cast the hut, nobody can get into the hut except
Oh,
for
okay.
us.
Okay, I
Oh, I
So
understand.
see.
that would also help, you know.
Yes, yes, that
What
would
I
be
don't.
helpful.
Would I fit in there even?
Yeah,
It's not that.
Okay.
it's just gonna be we're gonna be snuggling a little bit. We'll be
Asses
a
to
bit close. What?
asses to elbows.
Um,
That's
yeah,
what
it's
my
a 10-foot radius dome, so that's pretty big.
That's true. All right.
And it's air conditioned. So, and it's pretty cozy, honestly. I can make it pretty cozy in there.
All right. Y'all know what's going on, right? Like, we're gonna go to Ophelia. There's probably gonna be traps and trepidations, and then once we get in that lair, she's gonna be much stronger than when we fought Gwen on the material plane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we got a really good chance.
I like your confidence. Um,
Well, we weren't
Oh.
getting. We're not going to get like caught off guard as we were because you were alone in the house
yes,
with
that
Gwen.
is true. That is true. And I don't know how we're gonna find it, but we have to find the anchor point for her essence. And based on what Portland said, I have a feeling that might not necessarily be with her. He said it's capricious, so I get the sense that that might be something that moves around. Anybody have thoughts on that, or am I just reading too far into his words?
I mean, I really don't know, man.
Yeah.
What's capricious mean?
This is like Blighty. Why do I know that? You've been alive for 200 years.
Again, I'm not the brains. I'm the brown one.
Capricious is, that was good. Capricious, adjective given to sudden and unaccountable changes of mood or behavior. Fickle, inconstant, changeable.
That could mean anything, man. I feel like we're just gonna have to
If we kill
go
her
with
in her
it.
lair and we don't get the anchor, then she just comes back.
Yeah.
Might take a while, but she just comes back.
I don't know any other way that we're gonna find out what that anchor is, though, besides going for it. But also, I might not be thinking hard enough about it or correctly. So
I think I know somebody we might be able to ask.
You think Eldrin might have some information?
No.
Nothing. Certainly nothing we could trust. But
are you thinking what's his nuts? Your brother?
I
He
don't
could be
know.
your brother. You don't know that he's not your brother.
Yes, I am thinking about Portland. But I
Well,
doubt that's the kind of thing that he would tell us
I
willingly.
could
If
zone
he
a
was-
truth him. Would that help?
He might, but he was capricious when we tried to talk to him.
That's a good vocab word.
Big word
can
for Elmo.
sending be cast as a ritual spell?
Also, I will be right back. You don't have to take a break. You can talk about it.
Um,
I have to go get my food from downstairs.
that's fine. I don't believe so.
Okay.
Usually it says
Um,
it if it can. And you would ask about zone of truth. Yeah. Okay, go on.
if we ask Portland, Ophelia's just gonna like immediately know anything he tells us.
maybe not. I can try to speak to him in his head.
I see.
You know what? I could just go out and do that right now.
Not. I think it would be worth like combining, like speaking to him in like telepathically, but also with Zone of Truth on him.
Should Randy and I go take a little excursion?
We could.
I'll come with you and help
Well, it'll be less
help encourage him to talk.
suspicious. I feel like it's already gonna be suspicious as hell if we go because Ophelia knows us.
So I'm gonna
I can use
just
the
provide a
excuse where
little
I wanna
DM note that Zone of Truth does explicitly say speak a lie.
and
Mm.
I won't technically be speaking.
I think it's worth a shot.
The spell's called message, right?
No, I will be using my whatchamacallit.
Send
That.
called?
No, you gave me a telepathy
Oh, the ring of
thingy.
telepathy. Yes,
Yes.
I did do that.
So it's not even sending
It's not.
or a message or anything.
It was a good one.
All right. I'm gonna go see if I can if I think I can make a good excuse to go talk to him and hang out with him without being overly suspicious.
Maybe
I
you
can-
can pretend you're a traitor. Because she.
Well, I was just gonna go play some music with him.
Yeah.
Well,
Also,
she came to you last night, so maybe you could be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna betray them. Tell me where to go." I don't know. We
Well-
already know where to go.
What did you just send?
Nothing.
I don't know if he's her eyes,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if she'll be able to hear what I'm saying directly into his brain without actually speaking.
I don't know if she can hear him period. Because
Yeah, I know, but
that was somewhat helpful.
I think it'll be easier to talk if no words are actually being said, you know?
Yep.
All right. So, Branwen, you are headed to Portland alone.
I'm with her.
Sure. Oh, okay.
Randy and Branwen then. In that case, I'll have
Brandy.
Dunk and Brandy. I'll have Dunk and Willem
Brandy.
go on no audio.
Oh.
And Branwen and Randy kind of head out into the night, and the sun is kind of low in the sky and casts this kind of like almost like a fiery haze across the misty swamp as you make your way down the street, or up the street rather, towards the docks where you originally met Portland. And he's back out there, kind of strumming along on that instrument, his hands sliding down. Yeah, go ahead.
The first thing I'm gonna do before we even like approach him is I'm gonna cast enhance ability on Branwen, so she can have advantage on charisma checks.
Okay.
Charisma.
Yeah, and then I'll wait till I guess they start speaking to cast Zone of Truth.
Yeah,
I will also
I'll
be
just
doing
go up to him with my little fiddle. And just say, "Hey, would you mind if I joined you for a little bit?"
Yes, always welcome. If you care to play.
I'll just scoot up a little box and sit down and then just start accompanying whatever he's playing.
We're your friends. I can tell there's few of you.
They're just settling down for the night. It's getting a little late, but
Yes, indeed. The night is upon us. Soon we won't be the only sounds in these swamps.
in his head, I'm gonna send him telepathically. I have some questions. If you're willing to answer them.
A voice in my mind. Always good when there can be more than one of us in here. What questions do you have? I don't know if I'll be able to answer them. You flirt with danger, Branwen.
Oh, always. You know that we're going after Lady
That much is
Ophelia.
clear. She knows as well.
Oh yeah, no, she's known for a while. Do you think that she can hear you speaking if we're talking like this?
I've never known her to hear my thoughts, but I also would not put it past the Nightweaver. She can see into my mind. She can see into everybody's mind. It's what gives them those dark thoughts that keep them up at night.
Oh yeah, no, I know that feeling. Um, we need to know where her whatchamacallit what is it called again? Shit, I just blanked on it. The
Her-
the 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 heart
her
thing, the
heart.
core thing.
You will not have to look too far from where she is. But
So it'll be close to her.
you will never get that close. The Lady Ophelia is a dangerous mistress of the night. I want to help you, I really do. But you have to understand, I am incapable of doing so.
I guess at this point I will cast Zone of Truth.
I'm gonna insight check him.
He knows it's being cast.
Yep.
And
It's a
what's the save?
Charisma 15. Charisma saving throw, yeah.
He does pass the check.
Rats.
I got a 20 on insight that he can't help us.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. He can't knowingly help you. And he feels the sensation of the spell being cast. He goes, I understand your trepidations dealing with a man whose mind is owned by another, whose eyes are owned by another. But you will get nowhere here. And you're best moving along before she sees inside your soul, Branwyn, and sees the terror that's in there. It's a dark and terrible sight.
Oh god. Well, all right.
I'll
You wanna
tell you
finish out the
this
song?
one thing. You best tell your friend Willem. He knows what horrible fates await him if he should fail. Do not
Pretty sure
outweigh
he's
the horrible fates should he succeed.
all right.
I'm going to try one more thing. And I'm going to approach him and like touch his shoulder and cast Remove Curse.
Make a dexterity check.
Okay. 13.
You are flown backward as you place
Holy
your
shit.
hand upon his shoulder, and you're able to recover yourself. Like your body is so large in your center of gravity, but you're like kind of pushed back as the spell rebounds off of his shoulder, and he kind of tilts his head towards you. And in your mind's eye, you see a flash of the Lady Ophelia, kind of smirking. He just turns. He goes, "That's a dark kind of magic that you can't just remove, my friend. Just like the terrors of the nightmares these people can't wake up from. No, no, no. I am bound to serve here, and I will continue to serve here until someone should will it otherwise."
I'm sorry that this is your fate.
We all have our roles to play.
All right.
We finish out our little song.
All right. And you head back to Doran's.
Yep.
Okay. Give Willem and Dunk a second here to rejoin. As your compatriots Branwyn and Randy return into Doran's.
How'd that go?
Well, the heart thing should be close to her. But he said that we're not going to probably be able to get close. And then he said to tell you to consider the terrible fates that will happen if you fail, but also the terrible fates if you succeed.
And also, that guy's under a mega curse.
Oh, yeah.
Did you try to uncurse him?
I did.
Yeah. Should we
We're
take
doing the
it?
right thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think we already knew that this had pretty big consequences either way.
Yeah.
I
Wait,
mean,
so never mind. Don't worry about it. Sorry.
Are you good, Dunk?
Yeah, I guess we'll have a little snooze. Get up, find this heart, kill a hag.
was he was Portland willing to talk to you, or did you have to coerce him in any way?
He was willing to talk as much as he could, but he couldn't say much.
Mega cursed.
Yep.
Or-
I'm gonna start ritual casting tiny hut in our little room.
Um,
Are
and
any of you doing
then
anything before bed?
I'd like to kind of wait until everyone's more or less started snoozing. But I would still like to get a full night of rest. But I'm also going to spend some time with the book and comprehend languages potion.
Okay. So you're taking the comprehend languages potion.
I am.
Okay. Everyone has largely fallen to sleep by the time that you take the potion.
You protected everybody first, right, Randy?
He did
What?
not. You cast tiny hut instead.
What was the question?
Protection
Willem
from
asked
evil
if
and
he
good.
I
protected
did.
from
Yeah,
evil.
yeah. I cast that on
You
all of you as well.
you cast it for everybody. You have enough spell slots
Yep,
to do that.
I do.
Okay.
I
For everyone
need
except
a
Willem.
lower spell slot. I can cast it on myself with my sword
It's a
freely.
it's a first level one, so
Okay.
I just needed 3. Yeah,
Cool.
I'm good.
Plus Cena.
Or I guess we needed 4, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. We're still good. I
Okay.
just use second levels.
So you take down the potion. It feels bitter on your tongue, but it goes down pretty easy. And actually, like your first kind of understanding that it works is that you're kind of scanning the interior of the room, and there's a framed picture with an artist's name on it in Sylvan, and you can read the name clearly, which leads you to believe that the potion has worked successfully.
I open up that there book and I start reading.
Are you reading from the very beginning?
Might as well. Seems
Or are
like a
you...
good place to start.
Okay, so you're gonna open it up to the book to the first page and read from there.
Yeah.
Okay. The first page details the creation of the universe.
Holy shit.
Scanning the pages, it's written in a very like elegant script, and like the waves and woozles kind of come together and form words in your mind, less so on the page itself. And you can tell that whomever is writing it is writing it in a very um, deliberate script. I will have you roll first for just a general insight check.
14.
uh, you don't really understand anything beyond like the words on the page. Like you don't like nothing is really standing out to you beyond the words on the page, and
Mhm.
essentially it dictates describes a very similar event to that of like the Big Bang, where there was ethereal nothingness, a great black abyss, and then in an instant the gods were created. No one knows how or where they came from, but just that at some point in time, the pantheon of gods existed. It describes 16 gods, though you are aware of only 8.
Interesting.
And you get to the bottom of the page that's talking about the 16 gods, and I will have you make a wisdom saving throw.
Do I get +2 because I'm near Willem?
You do. Or do you have to be awake for that, Willem?
Doesn't say.
Okay, so no, you get +2.
17.
Okay. You feel like this kind of tension in your mind, but have no trouble turning to the next page. Um, and the book goes on to describe that the 16 gods never really saw eye to eye. And that they were pretty content just like going about their own business in their own personal playgrounds. And that like each of them created worlds upon worlds in their own image. They would build a world in a day and they would spend the next day building another world, each with people created and born out of nothing, out of ethereal nothingness, and suddenly they existed with sentience and decision making abilities. And it describes like thousands of civilizations that were created by these gods. And as you reach through the next 2 pages, I will have you make another wisdom saving throw.
At this point, I'm gonna try to beeline for some information on Adara as well, like as soon as it comes up.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of like thumb through some pages.
Or is there like an index?
I have to understand what Randy is doing.
Yeah, I just got a nat 1, so um, I'll just keep reading at this point.
So you turn the page, and you feel like this kind of fogginess in your mind take root, and the words no longer begin to make sense. You're getting bits and pieces, um, but less of it is clear to you. So you spend more time thinking about the civilizations that are popping up in the book itself. You recall one particular name like appearing several times in the first few pages. That being, one second, forgot. Let me. Mentia.
How do you spell that?
Mentia.
Okay.
And
Is it
again,
replaced?
it's a name. You can't discern if it's a person, place, or thing. Um, and at this point, you've reached the end of another set of 2 pages, and we'll need to make another wisdom saving throw if you wish to keep reading.
I do.
Okay.
22.
Okay. Um, the next set of pages start to become more clear, and the presence of Mentia means a little bit more to you. Like you remember the name as a common thread into the next couple of pages, and it is indeed one of the 18 gods, and they were quite well known for creating. Go ahead, Bramlin.
One of 16 gods?
18.
Oh,
Did I say 16?
You said
Yes.
16.
you
Sorry,
did
I
say
meant
it.
18. 18.
Hmm.
One of the 18 gods. Um,
My
they
bad.
were one of those gods, and there's another reason 16 is important. My bad. And they were the most notorious for creating civilizations that stacked on top of each other, and he basically put them at war with each other by design. And it tells like an ongoing story about how the gods very much viewed their creations as their playthings and were not in the interest of creating sustainable life. Make an insight check.
7.
You don't glean anything of interest beyond like what you're reading off of the page.
Shit. This potion lasts for 1 hour, by the way.
Yep. You are making your way through this set of pages, and you come to the first mention of Adara, who, and she is described as doing work very similar to that of the rest of the gods, kind of creating their pantheons, creating their worlds, and operating largely independent of one another. Um, it describes her domain as like elegant and nice, but very much at odds and conflict with itself. So, like where all these other places were also infighting in their own little ways, Adara's was no different. And as you go to turn the page, I'll have you make another wisdom saving throw.
That book that makes you insane.
Oh, baby, 27.
Wow.
A book that does
Um,
not make you
he's
insane.
very
We love
wise.
our wise boy.
Yeah, this is the wisest you've ever been. Um,
I got a
the
+7 to saving throws on wisdom.
the pages that you turn to describe how this situation was never going to be tenable, and that the creations of these universes on top of one another were always going to create disastrous situations, to the point where worlds began to bleed into others. And this is the first time that the gods truly had to interact with one another, because their creations were spilling into other planes of existence and reality, and actually ripping the universe apart and creating new eternal ethereal abyss, that the world was born out of as these worlds collided. Um, and it was in this time, make a wisdom saving throw.
21.
It was in this time that when the words begin to blur together once again, but you feel and see a couple more names that are relevant to you. Um, one being, or two being rather, Curdridge.
How
Say
do I
that
spell
again.
that?
Curdridge, Curdridge, and Wrath, Rath. Um, and it describes these individuals almost like warlords, that were a part of these universes that were being created. They are not gods. They are warlords that were created within the realms themselves. Um, and I'll have you make a wisdom saving throw.
That is good. 11.
Unfortunately, the next pages that you turn to are a complete blur, and you see the words kind of like fall out of focus once again, and you're not really able to discern anything from the pages whatsoever. Do you press forward or do you
Yeah.
attempt to read again? Okay. If you're just turning pages, I'll
Oh,
have you.
I'll try. I'll try again then. Yeah.
Okay. You can make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Okay. 22.
Okay. That's a disadvantage.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Um,
He's our wise
yeah,
boy.
really. The next, so you kind of close your eyes, look away, and just like blink into focus, and you look back at the book, and it describes a series of conflicts, or begins to describe a series of conflicts that the author dictates as the Convergence Wars, that were a series of essentially just interplanar and grandiose conflicts fought with absurd levels and of magic and technology beyond your wildest nightmares, fought between the creations of the gods, where they just started to completely check out. Um, and Wrath is described as one of them, who basically plunders across the creations of several of those gods and accumulates an enormous amount of power. And if you wish to turn the page, you have to roll a wisdom saving throw.
How much time has passed?
About 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Okay. Um, I'm gonna. How many pages did I take from Malin?
8.
I would like to take a little break from this and look at one of the pages that I stole.
Ah, okay. Give me a minute. All right. Um, are you attempting to find a place in the book where they belong, or are you just like picking one at random?
I'm just picking one at random.
Roll a d8.
2.
And then a wisdom saving throw.
For sure. 18. Nope, 20.
Looking at the page before you, you find that this is actually a page like from pretty early on in the book, and it names several individuals. It's essentially like a roster.
Oh, shoot.
The book, the roster describes Neria, Gormorin, Lero, Alari, Zephyron, Eldros, Valyrian, and Seraphil.
Who's the second last one again?
Second last one is Valyrian.
What was the one that starts with a G?
Gormorin.
Okay.
And the page, like what you're able to glean from the page itself, is that these were sent somewhere.
Did you say 8 names or 9 names?
I said 8 names. Neria, Gormorin, Lero, Alari, Zephyron, Eldros, Valyrian, and Seraphil.
Okay. I will. I recognize Alari, correct?
You do.
Uh, seeing that, I'm going to attempt to find where in the book this belongs.
You have to make an investigation check. It will be difficult. And you have to make a wisdom saving throw. It will be difficult.
Not going to go well. Oh, 18.
Okay.
And the wisdom saving throw is going to be 28.
All right. You are able to find the place in the book where this page belongs. It's about 2 chapters ahead of where you are now. Sorry, I just read your message. And are you hoping to read before or after the page?
After the page, if it were, well, yeah, well, damn, what a choice. After, I want to see where they were sent.
These individuals, as you read through the page, were sent to the material plane in defense of something. The book does not specify what it was in defense of yet, but it describes them as chosen champions of the prime pantheon of gods to defend their creation. If you wish to learn more, wisdom saving throw, and it will be your last attempt given the time that has passed.
I do 16.
Unfortunately, as you turn
No!
to the next page, your vision begins to cloud once again, and given the failures that you have accumulated, you feel this kind of nagging, clawing at the back of your mind. And as the book begins to fade into its peculiar shapes and perspectives once again, you feel that your vision is slightly blurred, and you now have disadvantage on perception and investigation checks.
For how long?
Unknown.
Forever?
Unknown.
Ugh. All right. Good to know.
Make, as you've come out of your stupor, make a perception check at disadvantage.
11.
It is not difficult to hear, as you continue to sit up, screams coming from in the village. They are few and far between, but every once in a while you just hear like a shrill scream or a loud yell cut through the night.
I'm going to wake up Branwen.
Well,
Bren,
I
you
would say
awake.
there's a lot of screaming out there. I didn't want
it's
to wake
probably
up
because
Willem.
everyone's having nightmares.
Oh, well. Yeah,
Or
that
people are getting massacred. It's one of the two.
is that something that we should check out, or
um, that's a commitment because if I leave this tiny hut, then the tiny hut goes away.
you're probably right. It's probably just nightmares.
I can message you if you want to poke your head outside and see if there's a massacre happening.
Do you think it's worth wait? I know the Willem's a grown boy; he needs his rest. So, do you think it's worth waking him up for?
Oh fuck. I'll come with you. I can
What?
I can recast it. I can recast the tent. It'll just take a bit.
Okay.
I don't have to sleep as much as them, so
I specifically would like Willem to get a long night's rest. for
same. I
tomorrow.
think that's very important.
Yeah.
And
You
I
think
don't
it's
have to
worth-
sleep as long.
All right. I'll get Dunk over here too. I wake up Dunk as well.
What's good?
Hey, there's some screaming outside. We're just gonna make sure that it's just like dreams and shit and not death.
You do have a
I'll message
window.
you.
Probably.
Okay.
Oh, we have a window? What the hell? Let's all go back to sleep.
Yeah, I just poke my head out the window and look outside.
There is no massacre happening.
Yeah, it's probably
it's
nightmares.
probably everyone having nightmares and stuff.
This is classic. This town.
Classic
Misthold.
Misthold. Dunk and Branwyn making a perception check.
Perception.
Me and
That's
boy
a
and-
natural one.
I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1.
Ooh, that is not a good one.
I
6.
feel
All right. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Great. Gonna go back to Honk Shoe.
Honk shoe.
Are any of you else doing anything through the night, or do you sleep through the remainder of the night without activity?
I'm going to bed.
I go back
Right.
to sleeping and I only have to sleep 4 hours, so.
Yep. So you end up waking up a couple hours later. The rest of you sleep through the remainder of the night. Bramwin, I will say that your hit point maximum is still reduced by 5. That does
Awesome.
not go away. But you do enjoy the benefits of a full rest.
I think I had a nightmare anyway, just not a hag-induced nightmare.
Sure.
What was
Just
your
like-
nightmare about? Tell
Like
the
showed up to work without your pants or something.
No, it's probably akin to my previous nightmare that was hag-induced.
and you all awake the next morning.
Good
Willem, make
morning,
a perception
everybody.
check.
Oh, dear.
Has one of us been replaced by a ghost?
14.
You also don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
I love waking
We're
up in
having
the
a
morning
normal
and having
time.
everything be normal.
All right.
Sina,
Anyone have spooky
however,
dreams?
will pull you aside, Randy. Can I talk to you outside for a minute?
Yeah, for sure.
She pulls you out into the hallway. Are you okay?
Am I okay?
Your eyes look a little glassy.
I read some of the cool book that we have last night with my fun little new potion. There's some crazy stuff in there about the beginning of the universe.
You read through the etheric compendium.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I don't really know why Malin was the way he was, because it's not, it's nothing that crazy.
Well, okay. You feel okay?
Do I feel okay, Chris?
You do feel okay. But she's just like, your eyes look. They look a little distant. Kind of hazy. She kind of squints and looks at you. She's like up on her tippy toes as she looks at you.
I feel good.
Okay. All right. We shouldn't make them concerned. Let's go back in.
Yeah.
So, hag killing day, yes?
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling super.
Happy hag
normal.
day.
God, so fucking ready.
And we know the way to get there?
Yeah,
Right,
we
yeah.
go down the path
More
and
or
we
less.
Go left through the cottonwoods, and it gets really dark and scary.
And at that point, she'll probably find us before, we have to worry about finding her that specifically.
That's fair. All right.
I'm
This
a
is
little
gonna go
worried
great.
about what Portland said with the keeping the thing close to her, but we won't be able to get to her.
I mean, I think that's just because she's like super powerful or something, and some will die before we make it there. But I mean, people have a tendency to underestimate us, probably because we look like a bunch of nut jobs.
Heroic nut jobs.
I don't think we look heroic at all, personally, but
I think we do. I think I do at least.
Dunk, can I have like 50 gold?
What happened to all that gold I gave you yesterday?
Sorry. I'll give you back 925 gold.
Imagine it was just gone.
so much money.
The Bank of Dunk approves your withdrawal of another 50 gold.
Excellent. Before we leave town, I would like to very quickly go into that shop that I was in yesterday, take as many ingredients that I used to make that potion, just like literally like their whole stock, and just leave the 50 gold in the counter and leave.
Okay. I'll say you have enough to produce 2 potions of comprehension.
2. Fuck! Okay.
It's a small shop.
I understand.
And you're terrorizing that poor woman.
Not on purpose.
And at the time when you approach, she isn't there. Luckily for you and her.
Okay.
Are anybody else doing anything before you head out of town?
Nah.
I'm gonna check in on Mara. Is she okay?
You have to
We
walk
find her
past the tent
dead.
anyway, and you do see that she is still there. But again, her back is to you.
Okay. Gonna go take care of the Nightweaver now.
All right. You all don't look at Owlbear yet.
I've had it open this whole time. Kidding, I have a different tab open.
Okay. Just a moment. Okay. All right. You all make your way into the woods north of the city, the town, and I will have whomever is leading the line make a survival check to follow the instructions that were provided.
I got a +4 on survival, so I guess I'll do it.
Okay.
Go for it.
23.
All right. You are deftly able to follow the instructions, and it only takes you like an hour or two to kind of find the bend that Mara described. And while it does take some doing to kind of finagle your way through the thick and the muck, you do inevitably kind of find a loosely trodden path that leads deeper into the swamp. And the cottonwood trees start to intermingle with other peculiar and dark barked, wretched trees that seem to sprout up from the murky depths. And anyone who would like to, if they're scanning for things, can make a perception check.
I'll perceive.
I would like to.
I perceive 18.
I perceive a dirty 20.
Okay. Both of you kind of seem to catch it at the same time as you make your way, as you like step over a thick root that extends over the path. You're like scanning left to right, and as you look out to the right, you see a peculiar like a glint in in the um, in the thicket, kind of wedged in a stump not far off of the path.
I will approach it.
As you approach it, you can very clearly see an old rusted helmet, slick with the scum of the swamp embedded in the root.
Should I grab this helmet?
Yeah.
Does it give off any like bad vibes?
Does it bring joy?
Yeah, does it bring joy?
I'd like to vibe check the helmet, which I guess is an Arcana check.
Yeah, are you trying to detect if it is magical in nature?
Yes.
Then you may make an Arcana check.
Pretty good, Nolan. 15.
It is a very old helmet with no magical properties that you can discern.
And there's nobody attached to the helmet. It's just a helmet wedged in a stump.
No, exactly. It is just a helmet wedged in the stump. If you'd like to kind of scan the area, you are free to do so as well. That would be an investigation check.
I'm looking for old dead.
I'll say with your nat 20 or your dirty 20, as you're kind of scanning the area while Willem is looking at the helmet, you can kind of see sunken below the depths of the tree itself and kind of tangled up in the roots is a skeletal form clad in similar rusted armor.
Can I just pick up a branch and just kind of stab at its joints so that its hands are no longer attached to its body?
Sure, make a strength check. Willem, as you inspect the helmet and kind of wipe it clean, you are able to see a kind of a symbol engraved in the helmet's like this part of it, the forehead of it, and it is like a little triangle with doohickey serifs that stick off of the end and into it, almost like the Assassin's Creed logo.
Does it mean
Uh,
anything to me?
Not to you.
I got
Anybody
a
know?
17.
Yes, after some time, you're able to wedge free the hands. As you're kind of like poking at it, bits of skin and flesh and muscle do kind of
Huh?
float up to the top of the swamp, giving you the
So
sense
it's
that
like
there's more than just bones here.
Anybody know anything about symbols?
I'll look at a symbol.
yeah. What kind of symbol was it?
It's a triangle with serifs coming off the side of it, almost like the Assassin's Creed symbol.
Exactly.
Oh, yes.
It means nothing to any of you.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what this means.
Well, I'm gonna leave this where I found it.
All right.
It's not hag sign, is it?
It is not. Um, it does, however, not take you very long to start to see some of those things. As you make your way further down the path, flocks of birds fly overhead in the opposite direction, silent, their wings beating just ever so slightly as they frantically flee the area. And then, not too long after, the remnants of a sigil circle burned into a tree. Um, and after just a bit of time, maybe about 2 hours of walking, you find yourself kind of about 500 yards away from a rather elegant looking structure at the end of a long path.
Elegant how?
Elegant, like, despite the surrounding flora and fauna and the general like dilapidation of the house itself, it is well maintained and clearly designed with aesthetic in mind.
Ophelia does love the finer things.
Does it look at all like the Watham house, spooky house?
Um, it feels
Welcome.
familiar, but it doesn't necessarily like resemble it. It feels familiar.
All right. Willem,
Yep.
you got a plan?
Am I very quiet for everybody?
No,
No.
you sound
You're
good.
fine for me.
Just me for some reason. Okay.
Okay. The plan is, well, we go in there and kill Ophelia.
Okay.
I know that's not very elegant, but I'm not really a plan guy. If anybody has,
And the heart will be around there somewhere.
presumably, and we have to do some sort of arcane ritual to unlock the wards that are on it before we destroy it. And if we do not
Okay.
destroy it, she will just come back.
Are you
All
approaching the
right.
house stealthily?
I think that'd be a good idea. I will be.
As
We can
stealthy as
try.
I can.
I have disadvantage on stealth checks because I'm wearing heavy armor.
I have
Oh.
disadvantage because I'm large.
All right, well, then you may make stealth checks.
I rolled a 16 and a 15, so that's a 15 and a 14. Not bad.
25.
13.
5.
All right. You take not one step down the path when you hear a familiar voice call out, and looking ahead of you, there's an auburn-haired woman with pale skin and a long black dress sitting on the balcony, or patio rather, of the building, and she kind of rocks back in a chair. She's, ah, the little boy, clad in his armor of arrogance. You swore an oath against me, the people who brought you into this world. Challenge the Nightweaver, the moonlit coven. Is that so, Willem?
That sounds pretty accurate, but wouldn't call you the Nightweaver. I would call you a hag.
You do no insult to me. But here you are, seeking your vengeance but confusing it with righteousness. In your futile quest for justice, admit it, you would bleed, burn, and kill anyone who stood between you and me. The more you think about it, you're a perfect fit for our little coven. Let the
You
darkness
know, it's
embrace
funny
you,
you
Willem.
say that, but when I was offered the chance for vengeance against somebody who had wronged me, who was between us, I chose the other option. So,
So quick-witted, I admit it. Well, you're more than welcome to try, but I think they'll deal with you first. She kind of gestures to the waters around your feet that begin to churn, and fists begin to erupt out of the water. They churn and guttural moans ring in your ears. The clink of armor can be heard amongst the sloshing water as these figures, their skin sloughing off of the bone, push themselves, their spindly hands kind of clambering up the unstable ground. And the soldiers rise from the waters, their armor and weapons corroded by time as you roll initiative.
Are there how many are there that are rising up?
4.
Okay. Oh wait,
And you can now open the owlbear.
are we also? We're still rolling initiative.
Yes.
14.
Unless,
Hey.
Willem, are you good for this?
Oh, I was gonna do something else.
You can feel free to try something else.
Oh, well then, I will pull out my sword. I will say "fuck you, hags" and make it light on fire, and then I will level the sword at Ophelia and cast Compelled Duel.
She is what is the range on Compelled Duel?
30 feet, not close enough.
Yeah, she is very far away.
All right, we'll save
How do
that
I
then.
zoom in?
You do it with your scroll
Scroll wheel.
wheel. But in the bottom right-hand corner where it says 5 feet, you can change the zoom from there.
Oh, okay, I found it.
wait. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, at the moment she is 65 feet from you.
Randy, are you the turn undead kind of cleric?
A what?
Are you the turn undead kind of cleric?
No, I am not.
So rolling initiative, Bramwin got a 14.
I got an 8.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Dirty
Oh.
Nice job,
fast.
Dunk. Fast boy indeed. All right. That makes it Dunk's turn first. But the first thing that you do see, pardon me, is the Lady Ophelia turn and enter the house, kind of leaving you out there to fight these creatures
So
that have
she's
entered.
not like
She's
around.
not lingering.
Okay. Okay. Well then I will I'm just gonna get right in there. I'm gonna run up to this guy over here, and the one that's like up north of me. I'm going to smack him
Oops, sorry.
recklessly.
Okay. So you're putting yourself between two of them and swinging.
I am.
Okay.
Ooh, nat 20.
Wow.
Damn.
Holy shit.
We love our DC boy.
Going crazy.
Okay, let's see how much. God, so much fucking damage. Hold on a second. All right, so 6 plus 9 is what, 13, 14,
15.
17. Oh, yes, you're right. So I'm at 18. Okay.
Okay.
18 plus the 12 from the crit.
Mhm.
So that's 30.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, so that's the first attack.
Okay. 30 damage.
Second one is a hit. I'm assuming that a 27 hits
It does it.
this guy. Okay. 4, 11, 15, 21.
All right. So 51 damage in total.
Yes.
That
We
is
love
absurd.
this for him.
This is incredible.
I can only do that much damage if I hit something that hasn't attacked yet in this combat.
Okay. You're kind of like
As
Laser
a bug,
Hawk.
yeah, as a bugbear, I get a surprise attack, which if I
Gotcha.
hit a creature that's not taken a turn yet in the current combat with attack roll, it takes an extra 2d6. And because I attack twice, that's like 4d6.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's my
Um,
turn.
that is Nutso Bonanza. Nothing else with your turn. The creature, humanoid, zombie, whatever, beside you that you did not attack. So it was minus 51. That you did not attack is going to swing at you with a rusted, slick short sword, sorry, long sword in his hand. Are you hit by a 19?
I am.
Okay. That will be 10 slashing damage.
Oh wait, sorry, I did attack recklessly, so you get advantage.
Okay, I
Just
still hit the first one,
yeah.
but I'll retain that on the second one. Thank you. And well, actually, this is not the one that attacked you. Like
I
you,
don't
or
think that
rather, you
matters.
didn't attack it. It's recklessly only applies against the one that you attacked, I believe.
Is that true?
Well, I think I hit again. A 17 to hit.
Right. I mean, either way,
Yeah.
17 does hit.
Does.
Yes.
Okay. That will be 9 slashing damage.
Ouchie.
And that will be the end of its turn. Which brings us to Branwen's turn.
All right. I'm gonna attack this one that's right by my boy Randy. I'm gonna put myself between me and it and Randy,
Okay.
and I will attack it twice.
Okay.
The first one's a natural one.
That does not hit.
I didn't think it would. The second one is a 22.
That does hit.
Oh boy. And that is a total of 8 damage. I rolled bad.
All right. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
I am not.
I put this damage on the wrong one. Oh god, I killed it.
Yay! We did it!
We solved his skeleton puzzle.
We solved your zombie puzzle.
There we go. Okay. Great. It is now. Let me double check. Not that turn. It's this one's turn up here, and they are going to take their longbow and fire at you, Willem. That is a 22 to hit.
AC's 20.
Yes. So it's 5 piercing damage. And the second
Okay.
attack misses. So an arrow kind of embeds itself and dents off of your armor, which like really hurts your shoulder. Ah! And the other one kind of whizzes past your head, doing no damage whatsoever.
Okay.
And with that, I'm labeling them so I remember in the future. With that, it is the fourth one's turn, and they will swing back at you, Branwen. However,
Oh.
they are going to swing at you with their sword, and that's a dirty 20.
Ow.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, hate that for me.
You take 4 necrotic damage.
That's the 13.
Your hit point maximum also reduces by 4.
It's so low. Wait, so how much damage did I take again?
You took 4 necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum drops by 4.
Okay.
Not good.
All right. And with that, it is now Randy's turn.
I will, with my action, cast Guiding Bolt on the one that's like right beyond Branwen.
Okay, number 4.
Yes. Uh, 13.
That does not hit.
Then I will use my bonus action to cast the other one that I do. Spectral weapon.
Spiritual weapon.
Spiritual weapon, yeah. And it's going to appear as a replica of one of Cena's daggers.
Cena's daggers. Okay.
Aw.
Hold on one second. I can actually add that for you.
It's stabbing time. That's what it says when it stabs somebody.
It's stabbing time. Yuck.
Cena's like, that is not what I sound like.
Hold on one second.
I'm Cena and I like to stab. Oh my god, you're embarrassing me.
Okay.
Eh,
So this is Cena's dagger.
Nice.
Can you attack with it the same round, or does conjuring it cost the
I
bonus action?
cannot.
Okay. But it takes your initiative, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Or you could do Baldur's Gate rules where it does.
Nope. It is Willem's turn.
I'm gonna run up to this one, and I'm gonna. Can I already have pulled out the sword?
You already did. That was your attempt
Okay.
to compel duel her.
Yep. Did I burn a spell slot on that?
No. I'll say you kind of
Okay.
noticed that it would not gone that far.
Okay. Then I am going to bonus action. I'm going to hex the guy that I'm in front of,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to remind myself what hex does.
Hex is D4 something disadvantage, I
One
believe.
extra 1d6 necrotic,
Got it.
and choose one ability when you cast a spell. Target has disadvantage on ability checks made with the chosen ability. I'm going to choose Wisdom,
Okay.
and then I'm going to do a hit.
All right.
Is he a hit by a nat 1? Probably not.
He is not.
That's just what you needed.
no.
I'm going to do it again. Is he a hit by 18?
He is.
Okay. Time to do the Willem thing that I forgot how much damage. Okay. That is 8 slashing,
Okay.
4 fire, and 1 necrotic.
8
Not
slashing,
very good.
4 slashing, 8 slashing, 4 fire. How much necrotic?
2.
So 14 total.
I didn't do the math, but that sounds right.
That does sound right. Randy, you had a question?
Yeah, I was super wrong. I can attack.
Oh, by all means, make your
Yeah,
attack.
I didn't actually read the spell. But
It's
I can
Baldur's
attack.
Gate.
It says
rule.
when I cast a spell, I can make a melee spell attack, and then I can do that every turn.
By all
So
means.
my bad.
It gets advantage because I'm also
Sorry,
fighting.
Willem, were you doing anything else with your turn?
Nope.
Okay. Randy, go ahead and make your spiritual weapon attack.
I get advantage.
We're both fighting it, yeah.
Oh, 25.
That'll hit.
And I do holy 12 damage with it.
All right. Well done.
Does it seem extra afflicted by radiant damage?
It does
I don't
not.
think it does radiant damage. I think it's just a regular weapon.
Plus 3 minus. You said how much?
Spiritual weapon, if we're going by
12.
Baldur's Gate rules, does radiant damage.
Regular weapon.
No, I think it actually does force damage. You're right.
Yeah, it also is not affected by radiant damage in the same way the other ones were.
Regular weapon.
All right. In that case, it makes it this white one's turn. And they are going to slash out at you, Dunk. Are you
Rude.
hit by an 18?
I am.
I will also have you make a Constitution saving throw after
Oh,
you
very
take
good.
8 necrotic damage.
8 damage. Let's see, what's Constitution? 13.
Unfortunately, that does not succeed.
No.
And your hit point maximum reduces by 8.
Okay. How do
So you
we
take
do
8
it?
damage, and your maximum reduces by 8.
Chris, are you sure these aren't friendly zombies?
I'm positive.
And you
I
really
just had to
beefed
figure
it?
out how to
They're
do that
actually
on,
friendly?
They're not.
D&D.
And in
A lot
that
cooler if
case,
they were.
it is now Cena's turn.
Got it.
And
Go,
she
white girl, go.
will flank over here and attack this creature. She misses on the
Save me,
first
white
strike.
girl.
Wait, she has advantage, right? Yeah, she's flanking.
Yes.
She misses the
I
first
mean, she'd
attack.
also get, since she has advantage,
She has
she will
sneak
get
attack,
sneak
yes.
attack as well.
She misses the
Oh
first
my God.
attack, but does make the second one. And she deals 6 damage, and then 4, 6, 11 plus. So 15, and
11
then
plus 73?
no. 11 plus. Where'd it go? Okay, just 3d6. So 15 damage to this creature. Ouch. Which brings us back up to Dunk.
Dunk him up.
All right. I'll hit the one that I hit the first time.
Okay.
Finish him off recklessly. That is a 24
That'll
to
hit.
hit
That does indeed hit.
for 8 damage,
Okay,
and I'll do it again.
please.
It hits 21
Indeed.
for 16 damage.
How would you like to do this?
Oh,
Yeah.
let's see. I feel like I haven't done hot dog style in a while.
All right. You take your axe and you swipe it all across your, like, whip it around your head and bring it clean through, and the bones seem to like shatter into a million pieces as the like filled armor cascades and crumples in a heap to the swamp floor. Are you doing
Looks
anything
super
else?
Badass with the snuggie.
Oh, no, that's the one. That's it.
All right. In that case, it is now number one's turn, and they will turn to you, Willem, and they go, and they will swing out at you with their longsword twice. The first one does not hit, and neither does the second one. Nobody can hit Willem.
Yay!
And they will once again roar in your face, and it is now Branwen's turn.
I'm gonna look at Cena. You got this. And I'm gonna bonus action disengage and go up to fight the one with the longbow.
Okay.
And I will attack him twice. That was a journey of a roll. That is a spicy 11.
Does not hit, I'm afraid.
And the next one is a spicy 16.
That will hit.
We love it. And that is 11 damage.
All right. You doing
Go, white
anything
girl,
else with
go.
your turn?
Nope, that's it. I end my turn in defense mode, which isn't real.
Okay,
Unless I was a monk, but I'm not.
you're not. With that, it is number three's turn. Oh, the one you just attacked. And they will get really mad at you and swing out at you with one of their claws.
That can't be right.
But it does not hit.
Woo!
So they roar at you again.
I love that for me.
And with that, it is number four's turn. And they will turn and strike at Cena. And they do hit with their first strike, and they hit with their second strike as well.
I'm gonna silvery barbs one of those.
Okay. So the first strike deals 8 damage, and the second one reroll does not hit. So only 8 damage to little Cena.
I do that really sharp whistle again.
It kind of slashes out and catches her in the shoulder, and she recoils, kind of like clutching it as blood begins to spurt out between her fingers. And it goes to stab immediately back, and she recoils at the same time that you give a sharp whistle, and the creature kind of looks towards your direction. And with that, it is Randy's turn.
Randy will cast. Well, I guess I'll just do. Yeah. I'll just do another guiding bolt on this guy in
4.
front of me.
Okay.
Getting some rough rolls here. That's a 12.
Unfortunately, that does not hit. But you may
And
also
then
attack with your spiritual weapon.
that is what I will do.
Stab him.
Stabbing. As soon as I find the button that stabs. 14.
That does hit.
Hooray!
Yay!
It's 7 total damage.
Okay. Alrighty. And with that, it is then Willem's turn.
I'm gonna do a hit.
Okay.
15.
That does it.
Okay. 1d8 plus some number. That is 11 slashing,
Okay.
5 fire, and 4 necrotic.
Okay. Are you
I will
swinging
do
again?
a second hit.
All right.
Make it dead.
18.
That does hit.
That would be 7 slashing, 8 fire, and 4 necrotic.
Okay.
How do you want a
Great.
hamburger hot style him?
You do not. But you do like slash in a couple of different directions and manage to cleave off one of its arms at the elbow, leaving just one sword in its hands. And for the first time, you notice that these are all wearing similar helmets to the one that you found in the woods not far away. Are you doing anything else with your turn?
Nah.
Okay. It is now Cena's turn, and she too will disengage. as a bonus action, and come up here to the number 3 that Branwen is fighting in an effort to flank them and get advantage on the attack. I need to memorize her character sheet. She's going to be sticking around. She does not hit. The second strike, however, does.
Yay! Go, white girl, go!
So she does 4, 2, 5, 6, another 15 damage.
Woo!
Nice.
Which brings us back up to Dunk.
Yeah, we'll just keep hitting this guy.
All right. Willem, does Hex
You guys.
apply to other people who attack it or just you, right?
Hex just gives it. I'm the only one who deals extra necrotic damage, but it has disadvantage on Wisdom saving throws from everybody.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
All right. Swing
then
away,
I will
Dunk.
swing recklessly. Oh, do I even have to do it? Because that was a nat 20.
What the hell? That's 3 today.
Amazing.
No, that's like.
Yeah, you're crazy
Who's
today.
our lucky boy?
How do you
Not
want to
even
do
really.
this?
Oh,
How
not
dare
even gonna.
I mean, if you do
What
bare
about the
minimum
hot
12
dog?
damage, and then you'd be doing it with 12.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, we're gonna go hot dog on this guy.
All right. You
No,
Willem
hamburger.
just
Sorry, I did hot dog last time. Hamburger.
okay. Willem, just as you're kind of admiring the helmet, Dunk's axe like flies in front of your face and cuts the skeleton in front of you in two as it kind of crumples to the floor in a heap of bones.
I give him a brotherly nod and say, "Hot dog, nice job."
Which means it is now Branwen's turn.
I hit it! Okay, the first one's going to hit with like a 22,
Mm-hmm.
and then the second one is going to be an 18.
Those both hit.
Awesome. So I get sneak attack on these because I'm also a rogue.
That's right.
Oh, Chris, hold on, never mind. Nope, we're good.
Okay.
You're good.
That is 24 damage.
Wow. Total.
Holy shit.
Yes.
All right. I can't do math.
Go white girl,
It's
go.
50. Yeah, really. All
Go,
right.
go, go.
Are you doing anything else with your turn?
No.
All right. It is now that individual's turn, and they are going to strike out at you with their long swords now.
Ah.
First one is an 18.
Yeah.
All right. And the second one is not going to hit. So they will just do 3 slashing damage.
Yay.
And now it is the fourth one's turn. They will turn to you, Randy, and just pivot a little bit and swing out at you. That is going to hit 24, and I will have you make a Constitution saving throw.
You're
What?
muted.
7.
That unfortunately does not succeed, as you
That's
will
just
have
what you needed.
take 7 necrotic damage, and your hit point maximum reduces by 17.
By 17?
17?
7.
Okay.
Reduces by
That's a
7.
lot of damage.
I am resistant to necrotic damage. Do
All
I
right,
take
and
3 or 4 damage?
it rounds up, so 4, which means your hit point maximum also only reduces by 4.
Got it.
And with that, it is now your turn.
I will disengage and run away
Okay.
to behind my 2 boys.
Yeah.
All you two see is just this lumbering, like, as he, like, plows through the two of you.
And that'll be that. And then I'm gonna attack with the weapon.
Okay.
Whoosh.
Hey, 21.
That hits.
Hey, 11 damage.
All right. And with that, that brings us up to the top of the order. Nope, it brings us to Willem. What am I saying?
Shit. I'm gonna move over here and do a hit.
Okay,
How does a 15 get me?
that hits.
That would be 11 slashing, 3 fire, and 4 necrotic.
How would you like to do this?
Hamburger.
All right. You take a flaming sword and you cut through on one side, cut through on the other, and then slice clean through so that the body just falls in half as the bones make a peculiar like boom, boom sound as they hit the ground.
Like xylophones.
Like a xylophone,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I'll also
Um,
say, leave Randy alone. And then I
yep,
will use the rest of my movement, which is I moved
from
from
here to
there to
here,
there,
20 feet.
so I get 10 more,
Yep, to get there.
and I go there. And I
You can go
will
one more up,
point at,
but you can't make the other guy.
Okay. I will point at the other guy, and I will transfer my hex onto it as a bonus action.
Okay.
You're
And
hexed.
with that, it is now Cena's turn. She will attack him. Ooh, she hits on the first
She's
one
not.
and hits on the second one.
Go white girl, go. I'm gonna
Three,
keep fucking saying that. I'm so
8,
sorry.
You're welcome.
1,
I've been infected.
2, 16 damage. She slices across its neck, decapitating it in one blow, and then buries the other dagger into its chest as the bones kind of explode in a very Arya Stark move as the creature collapses to the ground.
It's bones.
And we are effectively out of combat.
Nice.
Which,
All right, well,
go ahead.
no, you can go.
I was going to say, which likely puts us in a very good position to break for the day.
Oh, I could keep
Or-
going.
Or we could play
Oh.
forever.
I adjusted my plans. If you would like to stop, that's fine, but I can keep going.
I think we should do this house in one fell swoop rather than stop in the middle of the house. So I will say
Okay.
that this is a good place to stop.
Oh,
Spooky
you have
house.
lengthy plans.
Oh, he's got
I
a
do.
Oh, we're
whole.
gonna die.
Ophelia's not on the other side of that door.
What?
I don't know. You won't know till you get over it.
Yeah,
We-
that's because she's on the front side of the door right now, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, ignore that. She went inside.
She was drinking a sweet tea out on the porch watching the whole thing.
On
That's
the
right.
veranda.
We
And
thank
she
you
was
all.
going, no, white girl, no.
We thank you all for tuning into another episode of Nat20Hot. We will be off this Wednesday for travels. However, you can catch us again next Wednesday, which is a date that is not at the top of my mind at the moment.
I shall live in infamy.
It's the 31st. We'll see you back here on 131, January 31st, at our usual time, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. We hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Stay warm out there. We know in many parts of the country it's very cold. As always, you can follow us around at Nat20Hot on Instagram, on TikTok, on our website, www.nat20hot.com. And we can't wait to see you here, 131, for another exciting edition of Nat20Hot. Happy birthday to us. Goodbye, everyone.
Happy birthday, Zomboy.
Happy birthday, Zomboy.